graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Well, you people are in for a rare treat because I'm about to introduce to you a gentleman, and I mean gentleman. This man has helped me out, and if this man can help me, I know he can help every one of you out there. May I proudly present my personal, close, good friend,
Suplex City, bitch.
Welcome and thank you for downloading episode 46 of Suplex City Limits for Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2016. As always, it's your Valentine that always works stiff, Jim Clit Commander Vicious, along with the Mae Young to my Mark Henry.
Rando Commando here coming at ya.
And our severed hand love child.
What's up, jerks?
Suplex City Limits available for listening everywhere fine podcasts are found. Follow us on Twitter at Suplex City Limit. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Suplex City Limits. If you'd like to donate to the show, patreon.com/everybody, Suplex City Limits. All right.
Yeah.
On today's episode, we talk wrestling news of the week. We take a look back at WWF St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Raw, NXT. We feebled your romance questions, came in off Twitter, and we ducked a new Hall of Famer. Gentlemen, how goes it?
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good. Yes, sir.
Both at the same time. You like that intro, dude? Always working stiff? Yeah.
I hope you're not right now, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, that's my business. That's why we record at separate fucking places. So, getting into the week, I suppose we lead off with the Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan.
Well, we're on fire right away today. Holy fuck, huh?
I'm fucked up already today, sorry. The Daniel Bryan retirement. Thoughts on that, gentlemen?
Do you guys think he was forced into it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, not by doctors, so.
No, it was definitely a doctor decision.
Okay.
Right. He had requested his release from WWE recently, but I think that he had another test that convinced even him that it was, like, done. He was on SportsCenter the next day, and he said he was having seizures and shit.
Yeah, he went and saw, I guess, another specialist, and this one's the one that found the lesion in the brain that was causing him to have seizures, and he's like, this is only going to get worse.
Right.
And I guess that's the end.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because like that's the thing. It's you see a lot of people who just don't get it out there. Where it's, well, he could have done another match. Like he really couldn't do another match.
No.
That's like the people who said that to Edge. It's like, you guys realize he could be paralyzed at any moment, right?
Yeah, that guy might sneeze fucking wrong and be paralyzed. Shit. Yeah. So yeah, it was and I think he was obviously forced to tweet that out that afternoon. They're like, go ahead and tweet that out and tell people to tune in, because a lot of people did tune in. Their ratings were up, and I know a lot of people. Here was their chance to book a good show and get some people back, because I know a lot of people tuned in who haven't been watching wrestling for a while, and they didn't really do that. Although I didn't think Raw was. I mean, it was bad. It's always bad, but it wasn't as bad as it has been. Maybe it was just that it ended with that. That was like, that made me feel different about it. But yeah, you're looking at a guy who has only 5 years in the company, man. He blew him. He was 85% fucking done before he got any kind of, shot. So
yeah, he had 16 years in the business, and like 10 of those were outside the WWE.
Putting on fucking crazy ass matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people who. Whose opinions are worth a lot more than ours, who say that like there was times where he was the best wrestler in the world. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, well, he was.
I mean, there's a lot of people that say it, so I can't disagree with it.
Yeah, it was him, and towards the end of his run, Nakamura probably knocked him off the pedestal as the best in the world, but he was up there for a very long time.
Will they use the current greatest in the business better than they used him?
No. No, they're not gonna use Nakamura, my favorite wrestler in the world. They're not gonna use him right.
Over under on him coming out to Ching Chang Chong music.
God damn it.
What do you give the over under than that?
I don't think it'll be that bad, but it's not gonna be good. It's probably gonna be like.
Well, it's NXT, I suppose, so the music will be done by CFO or whatever it is.
As long as he doesn't come out on a bicycle holding a fucking to-go bag full of Chinese food, I think I'll be okay with it.
Looking like fucking Jerry Lee Lewis from that, from I don't know what movie that is, the big fucking buck teeth and shit.
Yeah.
Phrase that. I think Triple H will use him right, and then when Vince sees that he's Asian on the main roster, he's going to immediately make him the next Funaki.
He's going to be Kung Funaki, yeah. That's exactly what it is. God damn it. And they're gonna neuter his work style from Go. So
yeah,
it's like he's not. It's like all of that build up you guys do that makes it way more exciting. Cut all that out. Cut out that 10-minute build that Japanese matches have.
Yeah, cut
that
out
gets
the fun.
you fucking in the mood, man. I like that work style, man. Starts off slow. Gets you fucking ready, and it adds a lot of weight to the big shit when it does happen. Yeah. Although they are getting a little spot monkeyish over there. But,
depending on, like the world heavyweight match is always going to be that style, the slow build to the amazing counters and all that stuff. But the juniors, they've always allowed them to kind of do spot monkey work.
Yeah, because you go back and even look at like a Super J94. Almost every match, that was the thing when we did that for this show. I hadn't really seen it in a long time, and not under the eye of, the critic eye, if you will. And it was like, man, all these matches follow the exact same build, Yeah. It's almost got a little boring by the end of that, but still probably the single greatest night of wrestling that's ever occurred. And it was 20 years ago.
There's a lot of
talent on that roster that night. You'll never see that again, even though WWE should theoretically have that type of show every pay-per-view.
Well, they can get pretty much anybody they want, so. But they choose not to, so. But yeah, man, that's, it was a kind of a sad ending, but at the same point, like, dude, I'm happy for that guy. I'm happy he's going to go off and, hang out on this farm and fucking procreate and all that jazz.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't end up as like the lead trainer in NXT or starting his own school out in Washington.
He should start his own school. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Do you see him living in Florida though, man? I don't see that.
True.
You know,
He may be
Yeah.
he may be a little too liberal for Florida.
he should start one out on his farm, dude. That'd be sweet. That'd be a cool place to go if you were.
Everybody shit in the bucket for compost. Come on.
Exactly. Bree can make you fucking gluten-free, snacks and shit. Be great.
Yeah.
No, if you were an aspiring pro wrestler and an option was to go and stay and like live on fucking Daniel Bryan's farm and learn wrestling, I mean, I'd probably choose that, right?
Yeah.
Plus, then you can get free labor out of those guys too, you know.
That's what Vern Gagne did.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Feed the chickens, and the ring was in the barn, and there was no heat, so it didn't matter.
Dude, there'll still be fucking few places ever as like diabolical as Gagne's fucking training facility. Dude, that
The
shit.
guys that came out of that place, though.
Well, that's true.
Fuck.
Pretty much anybody who's anybody.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Though people talk about the shit they went through there, and it's just disgusting. I would fucking die. Ric Flair fucking quit.
Like more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't hack it on that shit. So yeah, man, Daniel Bryan, you know, like I said, it's weird. A lot of people were kind of shitting on the guy. I was surprised. Like there's people who hate him or whatever. I don't know.
That's the fucking internet.
Well, that's true. He's like I guess the last true face, man. You know.
Yeah.
Never before. Has anyone ever gotten as far on just the fucking crowd, on just us choosing it? You know, it was such a weird thing that I don't think you're gonna ever see again in WWE. Where they didn't want to use that guy, but they were forced to. You know, like the crowd actually forced it, and that's something that I can't name a guy that's ever happened with. I can't think of any.
I can't.
No.
No, nobody's ever had the card stacked against him, and I think it seems like he always just had a positive attitude about it, too. Like he was just like, whatever, I just love to wrestle, so whether they're gonna push me or not,
Yeah.
I just get to show up and do what I love every day.
I heard he was like the ultimate, like, just kind of go with the flow on shit.
Which those guys usually never make it. Those guys, like Bray Wyatt, I hear is one of those guys who's just kind of like, hey man, I'm just gonna show up every day because I love wrestling. It's what I do. And with those guys, typically they just go, well, we don't have to push him because they don't have any other. He doesn't want to go anywhere else, so we can just kind of do whatever the fuck we want with him.
Man, you know, for as much as we still like Bray Wyatt on this show, despite all of the shortcomings they've had, but man, it seems like a lot of people are fucking done with that. A lot of their mainstream audience is just done with Bray Wyatt.
Well, they haven't done anything right with him. That's the thing, you know.
A little bit, you know, like when they did that shit with Roman Reigns, where he had a room where he was sitting in front of pictures of Roman and his daughter. I was like, oh, you almost got it, you know, like you almost did something interesting.
Yeah.
But I thought they should have pushed it way fucking farther. But of course they won't. But yeah, and do you think he'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame? What, next year probably?
Brian, yeah.
I hope
Should
so.
put him in this year.
They may add him in here this year. I don't know. Since the Undertaker's not going to retire, I guess.
Yeah.
Every
As long as
year
they
we're
don't have-
like, this will be his last match at Mania. He'll go in the Hall of Fame. Fuck, he keeps coming back.
Yeah. As long as they don't have Bree induct Daniel, it should be William Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
But we all know it'll be Bree mode.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah,
Oh, I bet it, man. We wouldn't put it past him to do that.
are they going to put the strap on that bitch at Fastlane?
I don't think so.
Dude, I hope not. Her
It's
time
gonna be
has to
Sasha
be.
Banks. It's gonna be Sasha Banks and Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it seemed weird that there was even this stop along the way.
Well, Sasha Banks is hurt from what I've heard, but not like they don't want to admit she's hurt, but she's not working a lot of like shows.
Because like that was the thing I've been watching Raw, obviously, but all of a sudden I was like, how the fuck did we end up at Charlotte versus Brie for the belt? Like how did we get here? I don't even understand. So, dude, we're gonna have to talk about Fastlane a little bit probably. But to also go against what you're saying there, Sasha and Naomi are in a tag team match on there anyway. So, or Sasha and Becky Lynch versus Naomi and Tamina.
Yeah.
That's on Fastlane. So she's on Fastlane.
Well, yeah, I guess. But just from what I was reading, they were having her do less because she is hurt.
That's got to be the kickoff show match, huh? They're gonna
Yeah.
have 2 women's matches on the main card.
No, that'll be the 6:30 2 commercial breaks in the middle of a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, great. I guess that's because they showed on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't have the network and you're not going to watch the pay-per-view, would you really go watch that on fucking YouTube? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I always
The
watch
commercials always for that shitty Breaking Ground show. Do you think Baron Corbin's boring on NXT? Watch 10 minutes of him being even more boring in person.
Watch him ride around on a motorcycle in Brood. Watch him literally go bald in front of your very eyes.
Boring Corbin.
Fuck, he is the worst. Like I said in the show before, it's like, you know, for people who are confused between Baron Corbin and Darren Corbin, one of them is a very entertaining, fantastic wrestler, and the other one is Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed about that. Like, they got a fucking rhymey name. Like, you bastards.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset if I was Darren, man.
Yeah, I would too.
He just laughs about it.
Does he? That's good.
Yep.
I think he just laughs about anything.
Yeah, he doesn't take too much, anything too seriously.
Right. And also, just a side note, people can check out, if they haven't, I don't know why they haven't, but the Fully Loaded podcast, which is on our channel. This is the first time you've been back since we started that, huh?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I interviewed Darren Corbin in the first episode, and then I had Gangrel on for the second episode.
A very rare podcast appearance by Gangrel. Go out and find another one. I challenge you.
Yeah, he hates doing them. That's why I only got about 14 minutes out of him.
I still thought it was interesting. I didn't know that guy
Yeah.
worked in Japan and shit.
Yeah, it was a fun interview. I mean, it was hard to get him to open up, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was good. Definitely check those out on our channel. Worth a listen. They're both about a half hour long, so
Yep.
nice little listen. Go ahead. What's going to be on the next one here for this month?
We're going to have Heidi Lovelace on.
Heidi Lovelace.
Mm.
Our first female wrestler in FLW history, so.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting. Expanding.
Yep. She's going to be on our shows February 19th and 20th in Minot and Devil's Lake.
I am not familiar with her, but she's a name that always comes up when people talk about women who should be signed by WWE.
She is awesome. Like, she's one of the few female talents that I watch, like, an intergender match, and you actually believe what's going on because of how fluid she is in the ring and good.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me of, like, I'm not saying same level talent, but, like, when Rey Mysterio would wrestle big guys and you still believed it, just the way he moved, she's the same way.
If you book that shit right, you know, booking's a good part of that too, but yeah, also the ability to actually pull it off.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah, look forward to that. That'll be end of this month, I guess.
Yeah. It'll be, like, the week after the show.
Excellent. And let's fucking talk about, and also, so that brings us to, speaking of Daniel Bryan, that is our Hall of Fame inductee this week.
Yep. I just felt it was appropriate.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was thinking.
You know,
It's like,
I pumped the brakes on the one I was going to put in, and I'm like, either Jim will put him in or I will. So, but you know, Daniel Bryan, I feel like I have a connection to, even though I never met him.
Yeah.
But I was at WrestleMania 30 live. Like, I was in the audience with Aaron, and it was like, I've never seen 78,000 people all buy into one thing in one moment. You could just look at the guy's face, and it like overwhelmed him.
yeah.
Like, when they cut TV, and someone must have told him because he immediately like broke down, started crying. It was awesome. Like, he came back out, put the belts back up, and there were tears in his eyes. And then, of course, Brie had to come out and hug him.
Yeah. Of course.
And then the next night, I went to that Raw after WrestleMania, and he was out there and afterwards, and he thanked everyone. And you could tell he was like it was like a genuine thank you, because he knew if it wasn't for the fans overpowering every show with Daniel Bryan yes chants, that he wouldn't have been where he was. In all honesty, if Punk hadn't walked out, he probably wouldn't have had that shot anyways.
Right. You know, and there's a guy too who's like a good guy.
Yeah.
Yep, just genuinely a good guy.
Like, find someone to say something bad about that guy. I don't think you'll find it.
Ryback. Remember the table for three where it turns out Daniel Bryan was bullying Ryback?
Yeah, well, that's great. That's because a guy like Ryback, you know, you can't say shit to a guy who busted his ass fucking for 10 years putting on some of the best matches in the world. Like, you're just going to take whatever shit that little guy gives you. You know, starting out too, I'm sure it was off, you know, they didn't say go ahead and do it, but he did that, you know, gave a plug for that charity, and the guy's just a fucking good guy.
Yeah.
So, it's good stuff. Maybe in 20 years we'll have a fucking, you know, his son or something wrestling. If he's smart, he'll tell his son not to wrestle. He probably will. No, maybe not.
But just to go over his credentials as to why he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, not just because he retired this week, but he's one of only 3 guys to hold the ROH Heavyweight Championship and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He was a New Japan Junior Heavyweight Tag Champion with Curry Man.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
He was multiple-time PWG World Champion and just Noah champion. Everywhere he went, he was considered the best worker. And Dave Meltzer, I think, just renamed one of his worker awards, the best worker of the year, is now called the Daniel Bryan Award.
Yeah.
Oh. And just to see him live, I got to 3 times, it was he worked at a different pace. He was so fast. The TV just didn't do him justice. It was insane watching how fast he moved around that ring and how it just looked like he had been born into the ring, and everyone else was just working at a different, slower pace than him. He was 3 moves ahead of everyone else. It was insane. Him and Punk had amazing chemistry.
Yeah.
Their pay-per-view matches were just some of the best WWE had put out in a decade. It was crazy.
I believe they're putting out a compilation here on the network of matches from him, so that will be excellent.
And then he had that strong style match with John Cena at SummerSlam. That match was one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen. He was actually hitting Cena with elbows. This was fucking New Japan, and dropping him on his Cena dropped Daniel Bryan on his goddamn head he was
Yeah.
He's fucking Stan Hansen.
Excellent, dude. Yeah, and with a guy who, small, didn't have a real physique to him, just
Nope.
had the big ugly fucking beard. It just, all of the things that people would say, that Vince McMahon would say, will never work. You're too short, you don't have a body, you gotta shave the beard, you gotta, all the things that he went completely against that. And why do they not understand that? Why do they still force guys to go out and read these scripted things when it's proven time and time again that people get over when they're allowed to be themselves? That's why everybody liked Daniel Bryan. Yeah. It wasn't because of how he came out and delivered his lines, Just remember when they put him with the Wyatt family though, that was really
that was kind of that was a bunk.
But it led to one of the coolest gifs you'll see online is that when he's sitting on top of the cage doing the yes chant and everyone was doing it with him.
Yeah.
Such a cool image.
So I don't know what he's gonna do. I feel like he'd be perfect for a face GM kind of thing.
Yeah, like a face authority figure or something.
Face GM, dude. Yeah. What a perfect. It writes itself for him to go against the authority all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Fucking Mick Foley when Mick Foley was the GM. Magic, man.
That was so good. I miss good guy GMs. It's just the played out authority, evil authority figures, just so fucking played out.
Yeah. They've been doing it since the late 90s, man. Pretty much, right? Fuck. I guess there's been times when they're I guess when you had SmackDown with Teddy Long and shit. Yeah. It's gonna be a tag match. Fuck. Teddy. He must love the current product with all these fucking multi-man tag matches and shit.
Probably likes it as much as I do.
He's all about it, dude. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, that's a good induction into the Hall of Fame. One of the few current guys, as far as he's certainly a new generation person to be in our Hall of Fame. So that works. He's inductee 41, I believe. I'm looking.
Sure.
5-star podcast. He's the 41st inductee.
41st. All right. We got enough for the Royal Rumble now.
This is as big a moment, Daniel, as when you won those belts at WrestleMania.
That's right. You should be honored.
All right.
It is the most prestigious Hall of Fame in all of podcasting.
In all of podcasting.
Let's just fucking remember that.
Yeah, let's just get that out of the way so nobody forgets.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, Daniel Bryan, good shit. And we'll see what happens, I guess, I'm happy for the guy. Hope he can go live his hippie fucking life on the farm. And hopefully have a hand in the future of wrestling somehow.
Hopefully one way or another, yeah.
Train some guys. Maybe I'll have a son.
No, go home and fuck Brie Bella.
Yeah. Not a bad fucking deal, right?
Which I believe is the hotter one of the two. That's my personal opinion. Yeah.
Well, we're older men at this point, and so the fact that she's not a vapid fucking whore like her sister makes her way more attractive. Yeah. Also, not having a bunch of fucking two giant life preservers like strapped to her chest.
Yeah, the lack of fake tits is kind of what, you know.
It's really weird how that works. Like, they're twin sisters and shit, and like you get one who is they're complete opposites of each other. It's really weird. I know this by watching Total Divas. I was gonna watch it this week. I watched a bunch of them, but I did not watch this week, so there will be no Total Divas review. Maybe next week.
What? Damn you!
It's the only reason Jared came on, man.
Sons of bitches!
I watched Total Divas for nothing.
That's all right. So did what's their viewership? Like 1.7 million or something like that?
I don't think their viewership for that is on that level, but
I think it's like 800,000. Like, it's pretty good for E. I mean, it's fucking E.
And like I said, it's weird too. I guess we didn't talk about it on the show. John Cena, hate that fucking guy, but love him on that show, man.
Yeah, the little bit I've watched of that show, he is such an asshole, but you just love him for it because he's an asshole to, you know, her.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like, oh, Dolph was talking to me, and he said he wanted to marry me and he could give me babies, and so he was
Don't
just
care,
like,
bitch.
It's like, that's an option.
Guess you can't see me anymore.
Sips his wine. Just like, you don't give a fuck.
He's like, I'm just going to hang out with my bros that I've been hanging out with years. We're going to play some ping pong, drink some beer, lift some weights. I don't really give a shit what you do.
Well, because he could have 1,000 vapid whores in a line at his house tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know what she thinks she has, Like, really, she's 35 years old at this point. You could trade in for a younger model. If I were her, I'd keep my mouth shut, get that ring on the finger, and, just go for it.
And don't tell Cena that she went off birth control.
Just say, pull the goalie. Come on.
Pull the goalie.
They'll give her an AA down the stairs if he's smart.
Yeah. Wake you up in the morning, baby.
With a kick in the tit. There you go.
Well,
did you see this week, got a tweet from Kurt Angle on Twitter? Well, that was pretty awesome.
That was awesome. I saw that and I was like, good for you guys.
It's pretty sweet. You can get your own Twitters or tweets from former WWE stars like Honky Tonk Man, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Kurt Angle by checking out Famous. That's FAAM.US at FAM._US on Twitter. You can send out tweets to your friends, birthdays, anniversaries, job promotion, you name it. All that shit. Famous, it's FAM.US. And put Suplex City Limits in the private message section. Help your boys out. What's up? Huh? Commercial. How about that?
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, that's right.
And look at this. I was on last time. You guys didn't have any sponsors. I started plugging you with fake commercials, and now you're getting commercials on your show.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the first, like, right after we post this, like, an hour, like, fell out. Because there's a lot of people like that out there. It's really weird. YouTube people get that, too, where it's like, people like, how dare you expect anything for for putting hard work into something.
Listen, you better not try to monetize this shit. Like, I'll give you 3 hours of free content every goddamn week out of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And pay to put it on the internet for me to get for free.
Yeah.
So yeah, send out. It's a perfect Valentine's Day gift, huh?
Yeah,
well, that's pretty sweet, man. If you're a big, somebody who's a big fucking Jake the Snake fan or a Honky Tonk Man fan, or, to have them tweet out for their birthday, that's badass, man.
That is a select group of people that are Honky Tonk fan.
Oh, I fucking love Honky Tonk Man. He's great on shoot interviews. That's probably my favorite part of him. He is great on shoots, man. He's getting drunk, smoking pot and shit. He rules. He doesn't even take bumps anymore, though. Still wrestles. Doesn't even take a bump for the shake, rattle, and roll. Amazing. But yeah, so check that out. That's pretty fucking sweet. And we thank them for, helping us out and shit, too. So, what do you guys want to talk about, man?
Let's address the elephant in the room. The one story that everybody's waiting for us to freaking comment on. We know what this one is. Let's talk about Titus O'Neil for a few seconds here.
Yeah, dude. What?
I just read this morning that his suspension was reduced.
To 60 days.
Yeah, but what a fucking crock of shit, you guys.
Dude, what happened? Like, I was like, oh, this must be something, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, what? I just still don't understand.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I can get out of it is that Vince is deathly afraid of black people.
I think that's what it is.
No, I think what it is here's this amazing emotional moment, and it's the extra time on the network, and they had their last yes, and the last thing before it cut out that anybody saw was Titus O'Neil grab Vince and just pull him to the side, and that's like all anybody was talking about the next day. Like, it was all over Twitter. That little gif was all over Twitter that night, and we're just like, Vince probably saw that and went, son of a bitch. That's all anybody's going to remember from that moment. Fuck
Oh, yeah,
you.
it was.
And that would make me pissed too. Like, here's a super emotional moment ruined by Titus O'Neil, who grabbed him for no reason other than he was joking around. Like, I don't know what he was doing.
So people were talking about it and shit before they suspended him, or what?
Yeah, it was.
Why?
Because it was that little gif of him grabbing him and pulling him. Everyone was like, "Whoa, what happened? Why did you do that? Was he mad?" And it turned out, I guess he just was like trying to let Steph go through first because she's a woman.
Well, Vince's
What's his
reaction
reasoning?
is what caused it. I mean, if he'd have pulled him like that and nothing happened, it wouldn't have been anything. The fact that, like, Vince looked like he wanted to fight him.
Well, I bet he didn't know it was Titus O'Neil. Just somebody grabbed him by the arm and pulled him to the side. He's the fucking boss.
I don't know, dude.
But the big
I'm
thing,
not saying it warrants a 60-day suspension.
okay.
But from what, like, Meltzer was saying, is like Vince has been telling everyone to act professional, be more professional. He's tired of all the joking around and the unprofessional nature of the business. They had just had a meeting. They had just had a meeting about it, and then Titus O'Neil does that on TV. Like, I get it, not 60 days, but I get why he'd be pissed off and trying to set an example. Just the wrong guy to set an example on, because Titus O'Neil's a good dude.
Why would you want to work at that place, honestly?
Money,
Honestly,
exposure.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
Money, yeah.
It would be terrible to work there, dude. Honestly, it seems like the worst workplace ever. Just with all the shit that they hear from it, it's just like, ugh.
Even worse than Konami?
Well, Kahami's pretty bad, right? Holy fuck. But you wait for it, dude. Tomorrow on Raw, you're going to see there's going to be... That crowd is going to fucking take over, and they're going to fucking do Titus chants probably all night long. So, good luck with that.
How many Titus sections are we going to see? Little signs that say Titus section.
Well, none, because they'll take those signs away.
All right, good point.
But that seems to be what I've heard online. People are like, we're going to hijack the show. Like, well, I usually don't support that, but when it's against WWE, I always like when they have egg on their face. So
Maybe it's work, guys. Maybe Vince did this to put Titus over.
I love when people say shit like that. They're like, they'll give WWE way more credit than they deserve. Like, well, what if they're doing this? I'm like, they're not smart enough to do that. Get the fuck out of here. You watch this shit? Come on. They're not.
I think my favorite part about that whole GIF is the fact that everyone out there is in work clothes, or most guys are work clothes, and then if you just look, there's Tyler Breeze hanging out in jeans and an unbelievably tight T-shirt. Just like, fuck it, I'm buried. I'm not coming out in any goddamn. I'm not putting on anything else other than what I'm leaving this goddamn building in 5 seconds.
That probably shows he didn't wrestle that night. Did he? I don't recall.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. No.
Probably did a Superstars taping before.
Ugh.
That's still a thing, guys.
There
Superstars.
is, yeah.
I don't watch it.
I don't know where it's at though.
It's on Hulu.
Is that it?
Yep.
Is it on
Why
TV?
is it not on the network?
I think it's on the network too, but I know it's on Hulu because
I think it might be on the network too. Yeah.
for one split second through my mind, I was like, maybe I should watch this. Nah, who the fuck am I kidding?
Wouldn't it be great if their shit was actually good and you did get that much of it? Like if Raw was awesome, SmackDown and shit.
You got
even
4 shows a week, yeah, it
Right.
would be. It would be good, but
I would watch an old episode of Heat over watching like a new episode of SmackDown.
fuck.
That's true.
Heat was fun. Like, I used to not be able to afford the pay-per-views as a kid, so I'd watch the shit out of Heat and just be like, oh no, come on, I need more, come on. And they never actually just let me watch the pay-per-view on Heat. Bullshit.
I remember when I was a kid watching, like, they'd give you the 15 minutes free or whatever, the first 15 or 10 minutes free, and then it'd be all scrambled for the rest of it. I've watched a
Yeah.
few scrambled pay-per-views, yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty much my entire consuming of pay-per-views in the mid to late 90s was just scrambled pay-per-views.
Yep.
You could still hear it. And Jim Ross did such a good job of telling you what was going on. It was like you didn't even need the picture.
That's right.
We
I
used
tried
to get a
those.
lot of them.
Yeah.
I tried WCW pay-per-views that way, but their commentary was so bad outside of Bobby Heenan that I just couldn't follow what was going on.
You don't like Mongo McMichael, baby?
God damn it.
Come on now.
I bet he had that he had his thumb up that fucking little dog's ass so fucking far. dude.
He's just sitting there, like, furiously fingering that little dog under the desk.
And Shivani, I don't know how that guy worked for so goddamn long. He was terrible at his job.
He was
I like Tony
awful.
Schiavone. Don't give a shit.
Sucked. Front kick, back kick there, fans.
Well, he was better early on. By the late 90s, he was like, you know, you could practically see him out there with like a noose around his neck, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, or he's like getting a gun ready to shoot himself. And it's like,
Even-
up next in this match, Lodi versus.
Even early on, he wasn't that. It depended on who he was working with. Like, he had terrible chemistry with JR because you had two play-by-play guys,
Yeah.
you know. But him and, I was never a Tony Schiavone fan. Fans.
One of my favorite teams of all time includes him, dude. Shivani, Heenan, and the Dream Daddy.
No,
I
Dusty
think-
Rhodes was awful on commentary.
Don't care. Don't care.
They gotta burr up his butt.
It's awesome.
Bicycle! Who's riding the bicycle? Who's riding the bicycle inside the arena?
I'll give you that. For comedy, that was a good team. For figuring out what the fuck was going on in the ring, it wasn't.
It's like, dude, you get like Shivani, Heenan, and fucking Dusty and Hog Wild all wearing denim vests very uncomfortably. Like, this is awesome. The only guy who can kind of pull it off is Dusty. Just Shivani in a fucking in a jean jacket. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Almost as bad as Jim Ross in a toga.
That was his first work in WWE when he went there, wasn't it?
How unfortunate is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your first event you do, and they're like, you gotta wear a fucking dress. Oh.
For the worst WrestleMania of all
Yeah,
time.
for the one in a fucking parking lot.
It's between that and 11 for the worst of all time.
It's between that and 32 for the worst.
Oh, this year's gonna be bad, you guys.
Live from Caesar's parking lot.
Yep. You can see the fucking In-N-Out Burger drive-through from where the fucking...
Dude, the outdoor thing, like I said with the Super Bowl this year, is like, I'm sorry, West Coast, but you don't get to have things outside that should be in the dark anymore.
Yep.
The fuck out of here with that. I'm like the halftime show. Who gives a fuck?
I didn't even watch. I
well,
was so disconnected from this year's
Racist
Super
fucking
Bowl.
racist white people seem to give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
halftime show.
fuck.
But that's a whole other fucking deal. But it should have been in the dark. It was just like Mania was just ruined last year. I thought by being in like out in daylight, it sucked.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a city ordinance.
Well,
'cause-
then they need to do it in somewhere else. I don't give a shit. To
Well,
me,
right,
it's
right,
it's a big enough thing that I wouldn't do it like that anymore.
I think the production of this year's Mania is going to be really good. Obviously, they're in a state-of-the-art fucking stadium, even though it is Jonestown.
This thing has a roof, right?
Yeah, this thing has a roof, yeah.
Well, that's good. So it can actually be dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be dark for the Undertaker's 45-minute entrance.
And who's going to be against, man? Strowman?
Oh, no. They put the Knicks to that right away. That would
I
have been
already
awful.
refused. He's finally refusing things.
Yeah.
He's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
They'll probably throw him out there. I don't know. Who? Like, yeah, what are they?
He's like, you had me wrestle fucking, dude, the Giant Gonzalez and fucking Great Khali. Like, I'm done
Yeah,
wrestling giant fucking guys who can't do anything.
can't do shit.
None of those are as bad as Great Khali. I think he's probably the worst professional wrestler of all time.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Him or Giant Gonzalez, probably.
I remember when we did.
Say it's Giant Gonzalez.
No,
Giant
Cully. I gotta go with Jim on this one. I gotta agree. Well, Gonzalez wasn't. I mean, he wasn't much better, but I have to say the Great Khali.
He was even worse when he was El Gigante in WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah, El Gigante was the worst. At least Khali had like 4 moves that
At
he would
least-
bust out.
At least
El Gigante showed up, hit like an overhand palm strike, and that was the end of his fucking offense, guys.
At least Gonzalez had fake fur strapped to his dick.
It's like we were talking. Like if we go back to
License.
episode, what was it? Episode 2, where we do the worst gimmicks.
Yeah.
And I was searching some, and I was like, oh, okay, get a little info on the Great Khali. Found a YouTube video. Top 15 moves of the Great Khali. Fuck that. That dude didn't have 15 moves in his fucking move set. No way. Not if you don't count.
One of those moves was him moving towards catering.
Yep. One of those moves was coming down the ramp. Another move was stepping over the top rope.
Yeah. Chop.
Chop. Backhand
Speaking
chop.
of horrible gimmicks, I would like to submit Arachnaman as the worst gimmick in the history of professional
I
wrestling.
think we did touch on that one, too. I do
we
believe
did.
we touched
Yeah.
on
Well,
that.
because they got sued by Marvel for that.
Yep.
Fucking Jim Turd.
Oh. And also, it was one of the Armstrong brothers. I think it was Brad Armstrong.
Yes, it was.
That was Arachnaman? Yep. I think you're right.
He's a fucking great worker, man.
Could you imagine that conversation where someone had to go tell Brad Armstrong that that's his fucking gimmick?
Yeah. You're going to be a third-rate fucking Spider-Man.
Jim, Mr. Hurd, what is that? It's your new outfit. Are you fucking kidding me? Just fucking fire me. I know that's what this is. You just want to get rid of me. No, man, you're going to be huge. Kids are going to love you. You're going to be the biggest star in WCW history. I mean, look at Sting. He goes out there. He's based off a singer. You can go out there and you can be based off a comic book hero.
Yeah, what do you think was running through his mind like right away? He's like, oh, hey, man, thanks for the pajamas. No, dude, that's your new wrestling gear.
He looks like the bastard cousin of the fucking ding-dongs, man.
One of the ding-dongs was bit by a radioactive spider.
Would you say that the ding-dongs is the worst idea that guy ever got to air?
Yeah, I got to air, yeah.
I mean, we obviously, the worst one would be that Hunchback.
Van Hammer.
Van Hammer? Yeah, you really don't like that guy.
Fucking, he pushed Van Hammer, guys. I mean,
Yeah. Because he did have that Hunchback idea that never made it to air. Where
look, I think Jim Hurd is actually worse than Vince Russo. Because at least Vince Russo had like a run of being okay. Jim Hurd was awful from the moment he showed up.
yeah, he's probably the worst. Probably the worst in wrestling.
Yeah, the absolute. He's the shits. Just the worst. Fuck.
I mean, it just sums it up. Ding and dong.
From Belleville.
The ding-dongs from Belleville. Yeah. And they have fucking bells on their tights and shit.
There's a story of Ric Flair told on his podcast about that Hunchback and how he can't lose.
Yeah.
And Jim Hurd was all excited, and then Kevin Sullivan goes, well, I figured out how to beat him. It's a false count anywhere match. We'll just dig a hole into the ground. That way his Hunchback goes into the ground. We could pin him. And he said it as a joke, and Jim Hurd goes, well, that could work. That'd be real good. And Ric Flair goes, I stood up, threw my pen on the table, and left the room.
Fucking amazing, dude. Hunchback tag team. Not only would you not only one, but two. It's unbelievable. Oh, yeah, that's good shit.
Oh, that's fucking good stuff.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Speaking of good shit,
Yes.
Fully Loaded Wrestling, March 18th and 20th. I gotta put my plugs in, otherwise Aaron yells at me.
No, I was going to get to that. I was coming right to it right now.
So, in Minot, we have Anarchy in the Armory. At that, we have a Fans Bring the Weapons match between Deicide and Tommy G.
Oh, god damn it. That's awesome.
You guys should come for that. Come on, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
we
Hotel
probably...
room's pretty cheap up at the Vegas. It's like,
If we do, I'm bringing a fucking Nintendo.
do that, yeah.
A Nintendo for a weapon?
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, he's just gonna play Nintendo.
Oh,
I'm
you're just
gonna
gonna...
bring a fucking... You're like, afterward, yeah, we'll play Nintendo.
He's at the venue playing Nintendo. Did it start yet?
Hey, guys, after the show, fucking Tecmo Pro Wrestling Tournament, NES, in our room.
Yep.
Guys, you would have so many wrestlers that followed you back to play that goddamn game. It's not even fun.
Wow,
But yeah,
fucking...
you guys should come. I mean, the Vegas, they have pretty cheap rooms, so we
Yeah,
actually a discounted rate for FLW fans. It's a Fans Bring the Weapon match, so you can bring like a cheese grater, like a keyboard from your computer. Fuck, bring the whole computer.
No, I just finished building mine. No way, man.
Bring that Orange Crush, and you crush somebody's skull with it.
Fuck that, dude. You know how much that thing fucking cost me?
Deicide's the man for that job.
Yo, Tommy G from when he worked down in the South did a lot of hardcore stuff too.
Yeah,
So
it's
don't put it
fantastic.
past him. And then at that show, actually both nights we'll have ROH's Silas Young and Women of Honor's Heidi Lovelace will be on that show.
Fucking Silas Young. Fucking cool.
What are the dates on these bad boys?
February 19th and 20th, and then you get to see it all. If you don't live in the area, you get to see it all on YouTube on our channel.
Nice.
Fully Loaded Wrestling.
Yeah, it's going to be a good couple of shows. Friday night in Minot, Saturday night in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. So if you're anywhere within distance of that, take yourself a little road trip.
Oh, yeah, we got lots of people coming from, like, Fargo and Minneapolis for that Devil's Lake show, so I'm pretty excited for that.
There you go. And yeah, dude, the weekly show on YouTube is fucking awesome. Every week you get to, you can watch this shit from anywhere. Awesome. Tickets available for this bad boy still?
Yep, fullyloadedwrestling.com sales. Ringside's mostly sold out at Minot. We might be able to add a few more chairs, but for Devil's Lake, there's some ringside left.
There you go.
General admission, only $10, so it's a cheap date.
It is.
Bring your lady and have her bring her purse with a brick in it.
With a brick in it.
Weapons match.
You never know when you let people bring weapons, what kind of shit they might bring.
They will be checked at the door and we have a list of things not to bring. So,
Please do not bring knives, guns, machetes, nunchucks.
exactly. I said, no blade weapons, no firearms, no chemical sprays. Other than that, we're pretty good. Like, someone's like, I'm going to bring a weed whacker. I'm like, well, that shit better be battery powered.
Yep.
Weed whacker. Dude, yeah, that could get really fucking hairy really quick.
Not CCW.
Oh, God, that's true. So yeah, there's gonna be an awesome show. Dude. Silas Young, fantastic.
Yeah, he's taking on Mr. Incredible, and that is going to be a very physical match. Very physical. Mr. Incredible is a badass man who will just punch you in the mouth.
It's awesome. So yeah, definitely check that out. And if you're anywhere near it, get some tickets, have yourself some fun. Fully Loaded Wrestling. I just want some news. There wasn't a lot of news of the week.
Yeah, I feel like we touched on the two biggest news.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Rumors backstage: Braun Strowman to receive a mega push after WrestleMania. Go ahead and chew on that.
Is he trying to get out of? Is he going to get a mega push? Is he trying to get out of a chair? Trying to stand up out of a chair or something?
Yeah, no shit. He is terrible, dude.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the look. Don't get me wrong, but man, he's got to be the stiffest fucking worker I've seen in a long time.
Looks like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. Every time I see him, I just hear nerd. That should be his gimmick. He should not be in the Wyatts. He should come out in a goddamn Letterman's jacket and just beat up nerds. Back in the day when they had jobbers, that'd have been perfect for him. He just went out, beat up jobbers who look like nerds, and they just try to start a nerd chant. Instead of feed me more, he just says, nerds! Nerds! Tell you guys, he'd be over his shit.
Why is he dressed like fucking, when he finally vanquished the Goldberg chance, he starts dressing like Goldberg. Can anybody explain that to me, dude? The MMA gloves, everything.
Fucking Rysack. I don't know.
Fucking Ryberg.
Feed me s'mores.
Yeah, good God. Former WWE referee and ROH referee fired this week for sexual harassment. Kevin Keenan, former WWE referee, who worked for Ring of Honor, fired for sexual harassment. Really kind of going after some chick on there, and he spanked her, or I don't fucking know. So I don't know who it is within Ring of Honor that he sexually harassed, but
how is that still a thing? How do you still think you can get away with sexual harassment in 2016?
Yeah, Kevin Keenan, you're a fucking piece of work, sir.
Yeah, I heard it was on Dalton Castle.
He's a sexy looking son of a bitch.
He's the party peacock.
I get it now. Never mind.
Dalton Castle's like, he's so attractive. He's attractive to both sexes, you know.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, but you know, that's the thing too, is like, some things get lumped in as sexual harassment. Like, dude, nutsack jokes and shit shouldn't be sexual harassment.
No.
But yeah, going in and like doing something like that, like, how do you think you can get away with that shit? Like, you're out of your fucking mind. I don't know who the guy is. He worked for WWE, but no less. Live Stone Cold's podcast announced with a Big Show, huh?
No. Does anybody care about him anymore?
Oh, as we'll see in Mark Tank later. At least one person does.
Oh, boy. I'm excited. I better go pee now. I'm going to step away for a minute.
How are there Big Show fans?
I know. I will be skipping that fucking episode drop. Well, I say that, but I'll watch it.
Yeah.
The only ones I skipped was like Stephanie McMahon, and I couldn't take that Paige one either.
Yeah, I only got about halfway through that one, and I was just like, I have trouble understanding her.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I agree. with you.
It caught the accent. Like, fuck, I don't do a good British accent, but you get the idea.
Right, yeah. And, dude, something's going to happen with Strowman at Mania, I'm telling you. Maybe he wins the Andre the Giant fucking...
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Unless they do...
And that'll really catapult him like it did Cesaro and Big Show.
WWE hires major PR firm to represent Stephanie McMahon.
What?
Yeah, they helped promote her as the company's chief brand officer. They hired the firm to push McMahon as a friendly public face for the WWE.
Is there a more bullshit title than brand operator? I'm the head of brand operations. Just shut up. You got a cushy job because of who your dad is.
The first appearance that the new firm landed for her was her recent Good Morning America appearance.
What?
Yeah. The firm is also aiming to get McMahon recognized for her charity work in the same way that Dallas Cowboys chief brand officer and EVP Charlotte Jones Anderson is.
I've never even heard of that person.
Yeah. So, you know what you want to do, dude? If you want to go do that, stop playing a cunt on TV. Just get off
She
TV.
just seems like a bad person. Like, I don't know why.
She is. I'm sure she is.
She seems like if you have to hire a PR firm to convince people that you're a good person, chances are you're not a good person.
Well, she is Vince's daughter, so.
Ugh.
Yeah, how about that?
Ugh, with a side of ugh.
Yeah, I can only imagine her on Good Morning America, what that was like.
God. Oh, that.
I'll watch.
I'm sure it smelled terrible.
I'll watch Sunny Side Up for this show, but I will not watch Stephanie McMahon on Good Morning America.
I have standards.
Exactly. God damn it! I have journalistic integrity. Former commentator, ring announcer, and creator of RingClassics.com, Mark Nolte passed away from cancer this week. You guys familiar with him?
Can't
He
say.
was a commentator in Joe Blanchard's Southwest Championship Wrestling as a TV host and ring announcer. He worked for World Class for a while. So
I can't picture him, but I imagine I know who you're talking about.
he was a ring announcer for other promotions and also provided commentary for Ring of Honor DVDs. He hosted shoot interviews and stuff as well. So, yeah, he passed away from cancer. He's an old guy, so. But no less. I don't know exactly who he is, but we'll give him a shout, right?
Godspeed, sir.
Godspeed. Man, I guess, the MSG event that's coming up here before Mania, they have, let's see, what are they looking here? No, I guess they don't. Oh, that was a fucked up,
The MSG
story.
I hope it just doesn't do what Chinese MSG does to me when you eat a bunch of Chinese food and almost give you a fucking stroke.
The MSG Network.
MSG
Is
Network.
what it is. It's planned a WrestleMania 1 special that is going to air. We don't get that channel, but... yeah, they also do have that event coming up in March, right before Mania, a house show, I guess. Which they haven't done one of those in a while. They had that Beast in the East one, and when was the last one?
There is
Well,
one.
I think it was the MSG one.
Yep.
The MSG one that they did, no throwback stuff on because they lack the vision. It was, cool. They could have done something old school with that, and they just, didn't. The Fink should have announced it and shit.
Yep.
Bruno San Martino should have at least made an appearance.
You're right.
Captain
If he-
Lou Albano still alive or no?
I think so.
I don't think so, dude.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
I think I heard. Be nice to bring him back. That'd be kind of cool.
but
But if he's still alive,
I believe bringing him back is going to involve some shovels. So.
some shovels and some
Yeah,
necromancy.
he died in 2009.
Oh, okay.
They can borrow a shovel from H.
It's got a couple extra ones here. Let me just go under the ring.
Already talk about backstage heat on AJ Styles with Vince McMahon. People saying that he's
have heat with Vince McMahon at
that's
this
true.
point.
People saying he's hard to work with and shit like that. So I suppose guys like The Miz are like, he's hard to work with. He actually knows how to wrestle. This is bullshit. This guy actually gives a fuck about wrestling.
Yep.
How dare he?
That's
And
too
then
bad. Now he's going to get fucking shuffled into obscurity
Well,
because...
with 50-50 booking, he lost to Jericho here on SmackDown. I didn't watch SmackDown, but as I said, journalistic integrity. But so he loses his first match, and immediately people are like, "He's being buried." Like, no, he's just in 50-50 booking, man.
Yep.
Don't use the B word. That's one of the most overused words in all of fucking internet smarkdom. Buried. No. So, you guys want to talk about fucking Raw or what? Oh my god.
Skip it. Let's just get to the Valentine's questions. We already covered all the cool stuff from Raw.
Yeah, we did. So yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. Actually, let's get
What
to
did
the
we cover on?
The retirement speech.
Yeah,
Move on.
Yeah, there was that.
We don't fucking need it. Move on. Let's do the Valentine's questions.
She's hijacking the show. All right.
Moving on, sir.
Let's see. Let's get these up in front of me here. My method for this is probably the worst ever.
Oh, hey, I did want to bring up, I finally watched an episode of Lucha Underground. Like, all the way through. The first episode of the season, because it's the only one that you've put up a link for, because I don't get the El Rey network.
Yeah?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you should watch episode 2, and, well, we're going to spoil the shit out of 3 for you here, but...
That's fine.
Dude,
Like,
get
the
on.
only thing like I told you, I think we talked about this on Facebook, the only thing I didn't like was, like, the 7-minute intro that was just unbelievably over-dramatized, because none of those people can actually act, and yet you're putting them in, I get it's a telenovela, but Jesus.
I thought the shit with Vampiro, I thought that was pretty cool, but...
Well, one thing I'll say is they have a vision. Like, everyone else is trying to be WWE. They're not at all.
Right.
That's the only way to succeed in this world on national television up against WWE is to not be the WWE.
Right.
So, and they certainly are not.
Right, yeah, I thought that too. They handled, a female and male match could have been really fucking touchy. I thought they handled it awesome.
Yep,
I thought that was awful.
Yep.
The main event after she won the triple threat, that was awful. They only really had the crowd believing for like 2 seconds she had a shot. It was not good, in my opinion. That was the only thing that felt
I
bad for
agree.
me.
But if you're squeamish about like violence against women, it was pretty. I thought it was graphic at least.
Yeah, it was.
It was gritty. It wasn't good wrestling, but it was graphic and it was fucking gritty. It seemed like fucking choking her on the mat and shit. Like, wow, that's pretty intense.
Also, real quick, I thought King Cuerno was King Carino, and I'm like, why the fuck is Steve Carino in Lucha Underground wearing a mask? That's how I actually heard them say King Cuerno. So there's that. Like, ignorance of Lucha Underground is going away.
Cuerno's great, dude. That fucking deer
he is.
head and shit.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent on that roster.
Yeah, that's for sure. So this week we asked listeners and to submit Valentine's Day questions on Twitter, and we got a few. We got a few back that are pretty fantastic. Our friends at the Put 'Em Over podcast asked, see, they're smart right there. They're like, if we ask a question, then we're going to get a plug. Pretty clever. At Put Him Over. If you're, or is that not theirs? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, if a girl wants you to put her in a tombstone 69, should you be reluctant to keep talking to her or rush over to her house? Depends on how big she is.
I was going to say, it depends on my upper body strength. There's a good chance this is going south with a very specific body type.
This is one of those things, like a standing 69 is one of those things you see like in a porno and you're like, there's no way fucking real people do this shit,
Nope.
dude.
Mm-mm.
There's no way that people got off work and ate dinner and fucking put their kids to bed and then go do a standing 69. God damn it.
Well, honey, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. I just want to, like, I'll put my legs on top of your head and then you just power lift me.
Yeah, dude. I always figured like that's how a guy like Dolph Ziggler would fuck your girlfriend or something,
It's like, that's Dave Bautista, like, Kelly type of shit. That's about the only people that can pull that off for any period of time.
Dave make fuck. Dave make fuck good.
You know he destroyed that girl.
So yeah, I guess, man, if you feel confident in your ability to fucking hold a broad up, By all means, dude.
You get over there. Also, even if you can't do that, you get over there, you try, and then when you fail, you start offering other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, you gotta have a backup plan.
All right.
Get in the door. That's all, you know.
Yeah, just get your
in there.
get your foot in the door. You don't have to do it. You don't have to pull the move off.
Like, as you're walking through the door, pull a hamstring. Just grab. Oh shit! I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I can do this, and then I blew my knee out. Let's just get on the bed.
Just to give like some general Valentine's Day advice from your buddy Jim Vicious here. Always go down on her first. Always finish. Give her one finish with the mouth first. That way, no matter how fucked up the rest of it goes, at least you fucking set a good bar. You know what I'm saying? No.
Very true.
Sound advice.
That's sound. No.
Yeah, get her off with your mouth first, and that way, if it goes to hell, at least she got off.
Mom, do me a favor. Turn off this part of the podcast. Skip ahead. Should have said that about 2 minutes ago.
She's probably right now. She's probably like, fucking damn right.
Retweet.
Let's face it. Yeah, like, let's face it. Your mom fucking wishes that she got one by the mouth first. Oh my.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Oh my. I would hope she doesn't listen to the show.
I don't know.
This gross show where we talk about
Just awful human beings.
oh my god, man.
Saying terrible things about it.
I think it was last week we talked about throwing miscarriages in the trash can and shit. So yeah, it's a gross. This show's disgusting. Let's face it.
We do put a disclaimer out there for that. Yeah.
That's what I say to anybody who has a problem with anything that happens in here. Is, dude, there's a warning there. Listener discretion is advised. Tom, a listener of the show, and he asked preferred finish on Valentine's Day. You first, them first, or mutual count out? I prefer to have a dusty finish.
Brother. Dude, I always go over first, man.
Yeah, dude.
All right, dude?
Dude.
I always go over, brother. You think you're getting over, but I'm always getting over first, dude. I'm always getting that count.
Well, if they go over first on me, I'm doing the Hogan. I'm sticking around in the ring till the end anyway. So
No way, man. She thinks she's getting there. I'm kicking out at 2, brother.
It's like I don't know what the dusty finish is, but it sounds. But the idea of it's fantastic.
Well, that's where she fakes it. That's the dusty finish.
That's where, like, you think you make her come really hard, and then afterwards she tells you she didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
You can't do the dusty finish.
as long as you're not doing a match with color, you know. I guess. You know. I don't do color.
I'll take this moment to give a shout out to my kids. Guys.
They don't listen to this. You'd be a terrible parent if you let your children listen to this show. There's like, I'll see sometimes on Facebook or Twitter where there's some kid will comment, and it's like they're not a kid, but they're maybe 14 or something, and I'm like, oh, you listen to this show? Jesus.
yeah.
Kidding me? There's porno jokes, fart jokes. This is their demographic, my friend.
Yeah. This is a highbrow show, man.
It's highbrow stuff, guys.
We could sit, I guess we could sit and be like, talk all serious about fucking, shit, but why would we want to do that? So, yeah, I mean, I guess the goal is always I guess you'd say a mutual account on, but I say you put them over first, man, like I said, my advice there.
Agreed. Always
Make that shit 2 out of 3 falls.
Always make sure that they get happy first, because just in case, you never know what's going to happen if something's going to slip out and go somewhere it shouldn't be, or they don't approve of. Things can get a little wild afterwards. So
yeah, even if the core fucking sucks, at least she'll be like, at least there, at least I got that out of the deal. I feel like you leave, you set a good bar for approval there.
Yeah.
So
she'll be able to forgive you if you accidentally dolphin her.
I was trying to think of other finishes, but I can't think of any offhand. Other weird ones like the dusty finish.
As long as it doesn't end like Hayabusa.
Oh god. Yeah,
distraction
the
roll
finish. Get her the distraction roll up. What?
I think that one's actually considered sexual assault, guys. Distraction roll up. Pretty sure you gotta talk to the police officer.
Did you shut the oven off and then just yeah.
Distraction roll up. Is that where like she's
Fred runs in, starts yelling at her, and you just get from behind. 1, 2, 3, done.
She bends over to pick something up off the floor, and you just run up and shove it in.
Yeah.
Is that what a distraction roll up is?
You could have her bring a friend over, and you could have interference.
Yeah, running.
Yeah, the running. Yep.
Go. A distraction roll up might also be when you know sell that you're about to come. You know, you just like bust it off, and that could be a distraction roll up. That'd be a fast count, maybe.
Oh yeah, there you go, fast count. Yep.
Just, I love the idea of no cell at a fucking orgasm. That's great too. There's so much gold. There's so much gold in these mines, dude. What the?
Oh shit. Oh fucking A.
Always going over, dude. Yeah, so that's a pretty good question, man. Let's see what else we got. He commented on here, so I expect that he intends for us to read this on the air. Your fellow fucking co-owner for Fully Loaded Wrestling, Aaron, asked, how many different instruments can you guys insert into Jared, and how much will I donate for it?
I think you'd be shocked at the amount of things you could insert in me.
Instruments? I think we want to start off with like a flute. Probably would be the first, you know.
Trombone.
Yeah. You know, we're going to gradually work our way to the trombone here.
I'd probably start with like an oboe and a clarinet, and a flute.
Fucking cello.
Fucking tuba. French horn.
I want to put a marching band in your ass.
This is the worst. That'd be the worst pickup line to ever try at anyone. I'm gonna put a marching band in your ass. What does that even mean?
It doesn't even sound sexy.
Oh, fuck.
But you know what's happened? That's the thing is, like we said, a week after they first debuted those fucking horns for the New Day, it was like, we're 7 days out from the release of these, and you know already people have those have been in butts and vaginas already.
You talking about the unicorn horns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within a week, by the time we recorded our show at the end of the week, you know, like, how many butts have those things been in?
How many emergency room visits has there been?
Could be quite a few. I mean, do you wear it on your head? Like, wow. Yeah, you could.
You could do the old, fuck, how can I forget his name? They strap a dildo to his head.
You could,
and they're ramming chicks with it. Who the hell? Oh, Billy Kidman.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just thinking, if you got it on all fours, you could lick it while you stick it, man. So the Valentine's Day show, man. Happy Valentine's Day.
This is romance.
Every day's the fall.
Get with it, people. Make your wives listen to this episode. This is relationship advice.
Oh, there is a little bit of relationship advice in here.
Let's go.
No, there's that one. Oh my God, there's some absurd things here, man. I guess I had said, send in some absurd shit. Listener Michael says, since Steph likes it rough, has that been determined? I don't know. Is it public knowledge that Steph likes it rough? I don't know. He asked, do you think that Triple H should get her doggy style and beat her from behind with the World Heavyweight title? Do you think he spanks? I basically will take this as, do you think that Triple H spanks Stephanie with the belt?
Yes.
Like the World Heavyweight title belt?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking unwieldy.
It'd be hard to swing.
Difficult. I feel like you couldn't get the snap that you'd want on that belt.
Oh, no, you could.
No, Michael, that's not what happens.
Fucking her ass is just covered in W's.
Yeah. No, you'd have to use one of the ends, like where the buttons are, where they snap together and shit. You just have to use one of the ends there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get that swinging pretty good.
It'd be unwieldy.
I feel like I already know how those two have sex, and I feel like he probably has to wear the belt and wear a fucking blonde wig and with a mustache Like, you know, I feel like that dude would try to dress his wife up as him so he could finally fuck himself. Because he's one of those dudes. Like
it'd be like the movie. It would be like Scary Movie when he has his girlfriend dress up like a football player.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed. Yep, 100%.
Put on this 1, 2, 3 kid tights.
Be the first time he puts someone over.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He strikes me as a kind of dude who fucking jacks off looking in the mirror and shit, you know? Definitely. So, we decide on how many instruments we were, I guess, going back? 5.
3.
3?
A flute, an oboe, and a clarinet. That's my suggestion.
Where's the ukulele in all of this?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm playing it.
In a grass skirt? Are you going to be in a grass skirt as well?
Well, obviously.
Oh, my God. There's a mental picture for you.
Oh, man. How come I can't think of any Tiny Tim songs right now?
I know, I was trying to think of that Tiny Tim song, too. I couldn't think about it. Listener Kat from Germany asks, why the hell do people think one fucking day of the year would be enough to keep their relationship alive? That's a fair question, dude.
You too, bitch. Get your anniversary and your Valentine's Day. Stop demanding so much of us.
It's the same sort of logic that WWE has, that one night will save the whole fucking company, as in WrestleMania.
Yeah. That's true, man. I just, I don't know.
My wife and I don't even celebrate Valentine's Day, so...
Oh, you're lucky.
Move on. This does not apply to me. Let's move along.
I don't feel like it's something that you would want to encourage, scheduled fucking. It's probably not good for your relationship.
If you have to like schedule, like mark a day on the calendar, so you're not doing it right.
Right. But Valentine's Day is kind of a bullshit deal. But what can you do?
Yeah, well, hey, February 15th, 70% off the chocolate. It is nice,
though. I'll say this. It is nice if you're a very busy person to go, you know what? I should pay attention today.
Yeah.
Something. I just trying to help here, guys.
No, I got you. I feel you. But yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, your relationship's probably dead. Grim Reaper, at Reaptide 1999, asks, favorite ravishing Rick Rude moment? I get the Valentine's Day connection there. The most memorable thing with him is like when he had Jake's wife on his fucking tights, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Or when he came out, was it him in the riot gear in ECW? Was that how he debuted?
It
He
is.
took the riot gear off. That was a cool moment.
That was a cool moment.
But beyond that, I mean, like, I can't really think of any cool... Oh, the best moment was Ravishing Rick Rude fucking hitting that German suplex in, like, 88 on goddamn Warrior and made Warrior go for the goddamn ride.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just dropped him on his head. Like, this is New Japan.
When I was a little kid, we used to watch all the pay-per-views at my uncle's house. And I remember, like, all the ladies would go, my grandmother and, my aunt, they'd be in the kitchen where women fucking should be. No, just joking. Just joking. But they'd be in the other room. And when fucking Rick Rude would come out, they would all come out to the living room when Rick Rude came down, dude.
He wasn't even it was the 80s. Everyone was hairy.
Oh, dude, he is fucking... Yeah, dude, he's very fucking... It worked, man. Because, like I said, they would always come out. And that's the only wrestling they would watch is, like, when Rick Rude would come out and do his little intro and shit.
Yeah, I'll say it. That when he hit the German on Warrior, when no one was hitting German suplexes in America, was a really cool moment.
That is cool. So, yeah. And Rick Rude is from this part of the country.
Well, and then Warrior no-sold it. Because you no-sell a German from Rick Rude.
Oh, dude, yeah. Exactly, man. Was he one of the first ones to bring? I guess I never thought about that. That's pretty cool.
He was like the Steiners were doing it before him, but like in terms of WWF, I can't think of anybody that was hitting Germans, like full-on release Germans, where he was just. I mean, he threw the Warrior. Warrior got some height, and then Warrior just got right up. Rick Rude.
Anthony, listener Anthony Shepard, asks, which base is 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, also known as the shocker where I come from. First, second, third, or home? He also has possibly an in-the-park home run.
That is an error triple. The outfielder tried to throw it to third base, threw it to the ball, got dirty.
Holy shit.
I was gonna.
That's magic.
I was gonna say, depending on the lady, it could be a rundown between second and third. You could get yourself in quite the pickle there.
Both those are acceptable answers.
Just you running back and forth until you get fucking tagged out.
That's right. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
dude, I like the error triple. That's
pretty good. Yeah.
There's no.
Ball went all the way to the backstop and got dirty.
Yep.
Got stuck under the wall in the park.
Got stuck in the dugout.
There you go. Shout out to you, Anthony. That's actually one of my friends, Tom. I call him Tom, but his name's Anthony, yeah.
Oh, that is one of your friends? Yeah. That's great, man.
I didn't know that question beforehand, but yeah. He told me he'd submitted one.
And also, while we're doing shout-outs, shout-out to fucking listener and amazing supporter of the show, Casey. It was his birthday yesterday. Yes. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Happy birthday, brother.
If you will. Caitlin asks, what are some ways to turn your man on besides grabbing his dick or getting naked? I saved this one for last because I thought this one had the most meat for us to... Oh, God. I'm just fucking... But yeah, man, what do you got? What do you got on that, man?
You're enough. Just show up.
Yep.
We don't need anything else. Just be there.
Yeah. If you're breathing, I'm turned on.
Anything else? You just have to show up. That's it. That's all you got to do. You just got to show up for the game.
I mean, I would say honestly, dude, if you find that like you're having issues with that with your dude, maybe you should get a different dude because, come on now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you one of those guys, you hear about that shit, like guys who like sit and play Xbox and shit instead of boning. Like I like Xbox, I play Xbox, but dude, that's not. I mean.
But you really want to X her box, am I right?
May give it the same.
Hope you don't get the red ring of death on that one.
Yeah, if getting naked with your old lady is not on the top of
just get your Red Wings, man.
If that's not on the top of your priorities, I don't know what to tell you. You may have some issues there. So
yeah,
my advice there is you're enough. All right, you got this. Just show up.
If you have to like convince this guy to fuck you, just move on and find some other dude because there's plenty of guys out there.
A pound of cooked bacon also helps. It doesn't hurt anything either.
Bacon? I don't know if I want to fuck after a heavy breakfast, man.
Well, no, that's why you save that for later.
Oh.
You save that for after. That's the dessert. You want to get the main course out of the way.
Bacon is the dessert?
Yeah.
It's definitely fucking a show.
Depending on the lady there, too. You might have bacon while you're getting the deed done. Bacon drapes.
Bacon drapes?
What the fuck is going on over there, Rando?
I think you were over at my place hanging out recently, Rando, and we were talking about that porno, that picture. It's just a picture online that floats around, and it's like a fat guy chugging a can of cream corn while fucking a chick. Right?
Yeah, yep.
And we were talking about that, and I was like, she fucking won't let me. She won't do that shit at all. I look over, and she's like, no. Like, you want to give me a blowjob while I eat spaghetti or something? Which, that's the only other thing I saw of that was Buddy had like a compilation video back in the day, and it had a fucking fat guy eating spaghetti while getting blown. I don't know if I'd be able to focus on either properly. You guys
I tell you what, I had a girlfriend. This was this was many years back actually, but she decided to do that while I was playing a game of Madden.
Mm.
Yeah, not bad. I had to call a few timeouts.
Call a timeout. Just call a challenge just for shits. Just stop the clock.
Yeah, stop the clock. Out of bounds.
You guys really don't want to talk anything about Raw.
What's there to really talk about? I mean, we touched on it.
Well, didn't you have some kind of Valentine's Day related thing for us this week, Rando?
Oh, I had some horror stories. Yeah.
let's talk about. You mentioned you're like I have a Valentine's horror story to talk about, and then I tried to remember any Valentine's Day I've ever had before this, and I seriously couldn't think of a single like. I have no recollection of any Valentine's Day.
Well, it's not so much a horror story, I guess, but it's just it's a shitty deal no matter which way you look at it. But yeah, I've been dumped on Valentine's Day before after the whole the routine that everybody does for their lady.
And let's establish too on this that you've told some interesting stories about your dating life, man.
My dating life,
like
yeah,
being woken up to a chick who is in the middle of the night is fucking sprinkling holy water on you and shit.
Yeah, going around my apartment sprinkling holy water. Oh fuck! What did I get myself into on this one? But no, yeah, I got a shitty Valentine's Day story.
Let's hear it.
Well, I mean, you're dating this gal for I don't know, probably 6 weeks, I think, prior 6 weeks, maybe 2 months. Okay,
let me just interject here. Never once if you're single, take January and February off because you never want to be in that awkward just started hanging out with somebody and then quickly it's Valentine's Day.
Right. But, I don't think I overdid it or anything. Just the regular dropping a couple flowers off at their work and then go out at night and then on the on the ride home is after the whole deal, after the dinner and everything, after my wallet's a little bit lighter, a lot lighter, and then on the drive home, that's when she decided to break it to me. So basically I just pulled over to the side of the road and they're like, well, you obviously don't need a fucking ride home the rest of the way, so get this stepping. What's that, Jared?
Hero.
She
deserved that. She deserved that.
Yeah,
Not all heroes wear capes.
Did you really fucking stop and drop a bitch?
Yeah, I wasn't very far from her house, but yeah.
Oh. Should have drove past her house. Just kept going. Scare her just a little bit.
Drive out to Steel or something. Well, here you go.
Well, what did she say, man? She's like, no go on this?
Yeah, that's basically
what you took her out to eat and all this shit?
Oh, the whole fucking works, yeah, man, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's bullshit.
After pissing my bed even, too, so that was
the same one?
Yeah, it was the same one.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's when I pull out the receipt from the restaurant and go, listen, bitch, you can't even half of this.
We're going Dutch. On this.
You should have sent her an invoice in the mail.
You're right.
Fucking one salad, $9.95.
Yeah. I don't even remember what we ate that night. Honestly, I don't remember where we went. This was years back. This was years ago.
So that's pretty shitty, man.
Yeah, it is shitty, but whatever. I can look back on it and laugh now. It's all good. I just die a little inside every time I think about it, that's all.
It's cool. Just bury it down. And
just bury it until it comes over boiling one day, and no. You know what I really hate? You grab a bottle of shampoo and it says damage control, but when you use it in the shower, you're still broken on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, boy. So there are a couple of things I have to touch on Raw. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Interesting. Adam Rose defeats Titus O'Neil. Before that happened, I thought that was interesting.
I thought that's why he grabbed his arm. Like, dude, what the hell?
What's your deal, man?
And also, dude, the Dudley Boys turned heel on Raw.
That was cool.
Well, I think they're a better heel team. Yes.
How long has it been since you heard an ECW chant? Been a little while.
Yeah.
So I thought that was all right, but yeah, I mean, there was really, for the most part, I didn't think this was like a criminally bad episode of Raw. But it wasn't good either, obviously. Right.
I heard, speaking of the Dudleys here, I heard that they're not going to be using tables anymore for their gimmick.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's like the anti-hardcore Mick Foley when he was in ECW. It's like, to get over as a heel, you have to not do the thing that gets you cheered.
Yeah, I suppose.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Otherwise, really, they actually got way more of a pop as heel than they did as face, because that's what I like the Dudley Boys. I like them as fucking assholes, My favorite era of that is, where Bubba almost starts that riot in ECW.
Yeah.
That's fucking the Heat Wave incident.
Yep.
He's on like fucking that bitch spits in his face and shit. Like, holy fuck. That's crazy heat. But yeah, I mean, there really wasn't much else to it. Dolph Ziggler beats Kevin Owens. Do you see he kind of did what I was saying last week on the show? I'm like, Kevin Owens has been losing a bunch. And I'm like, I'll only take it if he's going to do the Jericho crybaby gimmick. And it almost seemed like that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He threw a temper tantrum afterward. I'm like, we've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing else. Bray Wyatt defeats Ryback. Del Rio and Rusev defeat the newly reformed Lucha Dragons. I don't know how long that's going to go. Obviously, as we have to watch fucking Del Rio and Kalisto again.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually like Kalisto, but man, Del Rio is just...
Yeah. Del Rio sucks, man.
Yeah. So,
Man, everyone was excited for him to come back, and it just didn't work out.
No.
he was good.
Hasn't worked out.
He was great in Lucha last year.
Yeah, he was. I wonder what the fuck happened. Oh, Vince. Never mind.
Did you know that whole Mex-Americans thing was... They were contacted by the Mexican government
Oh, really?
saying... Because I guess there's, like, pretty strict rules down there about how you use the flag. Like, you can't just, like, take the flag and you use it on shit, you know?
Right.
So, to have it, like, cut in half and then sewed together with the American flag, I heard they were not happy about that. But, I mean, it was obviously shit anyway, so they were probably just bailed on it. Because why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yep.
Garbage. That's the problem. I mean, they brought him back and they just wasted it with all of the shit. Mex-Americans into this league of ordinary jobbermen. Fucking terrible.
I like the Nation of Desperation better.
Yeah, well, you can do that too. NXT this week. Pretty boring. Dude, NXT's really kind of been boring.
Yep.
Boring Corbin. And
Other than their takeover shows.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Boring Corbin goes over Johnny Gargano. Sad days.
Mm-hmm.
They just use Gargano and Ciampa as like fucking as meat. But it helps those guys out too, you know. You being seen on there. I'm sure that's helping their bookings, their indie bookings. So good for them. Both those guys are fucking good too. The Dude Bros beat
boy.
Hollis and Skyler. You know, Hollis and Skyler.
Yeah, those guys.
They're my favorite tag team. The fucking Dude Bros. Alexa Bliss and Cameron. This match, dude. If there's anything I'll say, go back and watch the worst fucking match of the show. There's a clothesline in there that is just... The selling of the clothesline in this match is beyond words, man. Just terrible. I can't believe they've paid that chick money for as long as they have. She's been around for years, that Cameron chick. Can't wrestle at all.
No.
Why do they pay her? I don't understand.
Quotas?
Elias Sampson and Jesse Sorensen. Why is that name really familiar to me?
He was in TNA.
Oh, is that what Jesse Sorensen was?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the guy I said this looks like fucking WCW 1997 wrestler?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that is. He's got like the arm tattoo and shit that Vince likes. Yeah, that's right. That is that guy. He looks just like he looks like every guy in the death days of WCW that was like huge and jacked, and didn't know anything about him. They had no personality. They're just like a dude in trunks with a big tattoo on their arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The Drifter, and then Bayley and Carmella. Yeah.
Meh.
God, Carmella sucks.
God, she does suck, dude.
What the fuck is she? Oh, because she's Bailey's friend.
Right.
And they have to wait until the Asuka match where Asuka kills Bailey.
Right. Asuka comes out at the end of this. Well, I mean, the whole thing, fucking Carmella's going back. She gets attacked by Eva Marie and fucking Nia Jax. Then Asuka comes out. And so, I mean, you're getting that Asuka-Bailey match at the
Takeover.
So, it's the only two good workers they have left on there. Female workers. I mean, who would you put as a third? I mean,
Emma can work.
Yeah, Emma can work. But, I mean, other than that...
That's about it. that I've really been paying attention. I haven't really paid that close of attention, but yeah.
And Emma needs another good person to have a good match. Emma had one of them.
Yeah, that's like Charlotte.
Yeah, exactly like Charlotte.
Like Charlotte can be really good, but she can also stink up the joint.
Right.
Depending on who she's in with.
We were lulled into a false thing with that. We're like, oh, this chick can work. And then you see her work like the shitty workers on the main card. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, but then you wonder if like even Sasha could get a good match out of some of those, the chicks that Charlotte's had to try to make look good.
Oh, dude, just wait for this, for this weekend with Charlotte and Brie Bella. Oof. It's going to be bad because Brie Bella is fucking terrible. I guess if Daniel wants to open a school, fucking, dude, how about starting with teaching your wife how to wrestle? Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I mean, really, it's all in the can for them all the way up until April. And it's just very slow, and it seems fucking lazy.
Oh, it's lazy, yeah. There's no doubt about it.
It is lazy. So,
they don't have a whole lot to work with either, though. I mean, you got half your fucking roster is hurt.
Not on NXT.
Well,
I have a lot of injuries in NXT.
Yeah, it's affecting them too.
The more interesting event, I think, next week, and we kind of talk MMA a little bit here. I feel like this one's certainly up our alley. Bellator 149 next Friday, February 19th, on Spike. If you're an old school fucking MMA fan, this is the kind of fucking sideshow that's just for you. Ken Shamrock versus Hoist Gracie, dude.
Isn't that tonight? That's tonight, isn't it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yep, it's February 19th. They had a preview show on
last night.
Last night, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, the main event is Ken Shamrock and Hoist Gracie. Holy fuck. How old is Hoist Gracie already?
He's 52, I want to say.
Yeah, still younger than Sting.
I actually was over at a buddy's house, and we thought it was, because we saw it on the fucking thing, and so we watched it, and like, oh, it's only basically an hour-long commercial. But yeah, I think they said he was 52 years old on there.
Yeah, people can say whatever they want about fucking sideshow MMA shit. I am fucking dig it, man. I dig it. To see the Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock is shit. He's been shit for fucking ever, but it's not the last time we'll talk about Ken Shamrock on this show. And then Kimbo Slice versus Dada 5000.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Dada 5000. It's basically somebody who like stole fucking Kimbo's entire gimmick, except for like he has a crazy shaved. I don't know how to explain him. He looks like a cross between Mr. T and Kimbo Slice, basically.
Kimbo Slice? We're the exact same thing. Exactly, dude. Yeah. Great minds, sir. Great minds. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Melvin Gillard will be on that show. He's kind of an older guy. Dude, I love that shit. Like I said, there's something to say for UFC. I watched that last fight night they did last week, and it was whatever. Like, okay, yes, the top guys going against each other is something, but there's also something to, like, old guys like Mirko Krokop or something.
Right.
Just put Mirko Krokop against a guy who sucks at defending head kicks, and just let him go and kick his head off in a minute, and I'm happy. I'll pay $50 to watch that.
I just to see Ken Shamrock still attempt to do anything, knowing that he's just concussed and probably has like a form of dementia, just makes me sad.
Can you believe that these guys got licenses to fight?
Where the fuck did they have to go to get him licensed to fight?
Okay,
is this happening in Thailand?
No. Take a guess. It's in America. What's your first fucking thought?
Philadelphia.
No, come on. No. What? Philadelphia, they wouldn't even let Rocky fight there, and Rocky fucking... come on, though. I thought it would be pretty obvious. Texas.
Shit. Yeah, I suppose.
There are no rules in Texas. Oh, man. I think it's going to be fun, though. It's next Friday on Spike. Free. Can't beat that. I'm fucking stoked for it, dude. I can't wait to see the Gracie train, man. Like, that'd be awesome. Fucking Hoist Gracie.
You think? Okay, all right. Let's get. You think anybody's gonna get hurt in this? You think one of them old men are gonna get fucking hurt?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That fight that Kimbo Slice had with Ken Shamrock was some people were trying to say was fixed. I don't know about all that, but
I heard. I didn't watch it, but I heard that it looked like it was.
I watched it. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, he didn't do it very well because Shamrock got his head split like wide fucking open in that dude.
Well, he bladed, dude. Come on.
He bladed.
Got that
Bladed. Yeah.
kicked.
Did he fucking knock his eyeball out of his socket like a few of them Kimbo fucking fights?
This isn't Elite XC.
You know, come on. It's all work, brother.
This is Bellator, not Elite XC.
It's all work, dude. All of it.
I remember watching Kimbo when he was doing them backyard fucking fights.
Yeah, when he was knocking fucking dudes' eyeballs out of their heads on fucking patios and shit.
Yeah.
You watched that documentary on Netflix about that little area where they do those street fights behind, like, in people's backyards? There's a documentary on Netflix about it. It's some crazy shit. Like, the amount of stuff that they go through to not be found out by the cops, and yet they always get shut down by the cops.
Why, dude? Why not just go with the
They
legit?
get like 300 people to show up to these events, and they try to sell it like they hand out flyers and like barbecue is in quotes. Come hang out at barbecue, and it's in quotes, and they put up like these trash bags to block the fence, and then they have like guys posted at the end of the street for when the cops show up. And these guys get like Daniel Bryan-esque seizures from some of the punches that they receive at these goddamn things, and they get paid like $8.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn, dude. Get a different hobby.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for one person at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimbo's fucking awesome, though. I'll watch that guy fight people. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how long it is. But yeah, man, to go back, just to build on that a little bit, Gracie and Shamrock. Gracie beat Shamrock at UFC 1 in 1993. 57 seconds via rear naked choke.
Yep.
And then in 95 at UFC 5, they had this that super fight. And it was god-awful. It was a draw. 36 minutes. Fucking garbage. 36 minutes of their bullshit.
I remember watching, I think it was that one, UFC 5.
Because they run a tournament, but then that's like a super fight along with the tournament.
Right, yeah. Because they used to only do them once a year way back then.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
So there you go. Dude, you want to touch on this St. Valentine's Day Massacre that was suggested we watch? Dude, I've seen some of this shit before, but dude, Blue Dust? I had no idea. I had no idea that was actually a thing.
Horrible. Fucking horrible. There's only like a couple good moments though. The Rock and Mankind always had great chemistry, and they have a very good last man standing match.
Yeah.
And then Al Snow versus Bob Holly was really good.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's like I'm not entertained by that kind of shit anymore. But I watched that match and I was bored as fuck by it. I don't know.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was well done for what it was.
The general consensus is that it's really good. So I don't know if it's like because I'm older now or what it is. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was interesting. It ended up in the river and shit.
And then Vince almost dying, taking that bump off the cage where he like had to be taken to the hospital after the match because it fucked with his kidneys.
Dude, that is fucking gross, man.
He had that bruise that went from like the top, like the base of his neck, all the way down to his ass. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is why you shouldn't be doing this, you 50-year-old man.
Yes, that's why 50-year-old men do not belong in a wrestling ring.
Untrained 50-year-old men should not be taking bumps off of a cage.
In the main event.
For the number one contendership for the WWF title.
That Blue Dust versus Gold Dust, that was only 2 minutes and 32 seconds long.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Oh,
The theatrics beforehand made it even more brutal to have to watch.
Can you
Really?
believe that they fucking...
Yeah, it was
I
bad.
can't believe they even brought Blue Meanie in. That's interesting, you know?
Well, yeah, he was. Yeah, they did put him in the job squad there for a little while.
Well, I
didn't they?
remember him being there, but I don't remember him doing the Blue Dust thing.
I don't either.
I vaguely remember that. It like that triggered. That's why I had to go look it up here because once
So
you said
much of the
that,
Attitude Era sucked.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it was the hottest moment in wrestling history, but fuck, it was just some of the brutal.
I remember Bradshaw being a cunt and fucking smashing Meanie's fucking nose in the ring brawl.
Oh yeah, that. Yep. I remember that. Yeah.
And then Stevie Richards getting revenge later, giving him the receipt on that. It's fucking awesome. JBL's a cunt. As I said, I made a meme this week. It was like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I just play one on TV. Because I watched he had his the Legends with JBL was with Ron Simmons this week.
God, I hate Jibbling Bits. Just hate him.
That's what they should have called that tag team. Jibble and Grits, huh?
Jibble and Grits. Ooh.
That's genius. Just don't let that Ron Simmons touch me.
Yeah.
Oh man, one thing I was surprised by with this was the pyramid. They showed that building, and I was like, "What the fuck is this, dude?" Take a guess what's in that building right now.
Nothing. Cattle auction.
No.
Used car sales? Used cars? I don't know.
Bass Pro Shops.
Hold on.
A Bass Pro Shop?
Damn it. I was going to say all the on-filed lawsuits from sexual harassment cases from Jerry the King Lawler in Memphis. This is where they're stored.
Yeah, it is now called One Bass Pro Drive. And there's a Bass Pro Shops in there. Pretty fucking ridiculous. It hasn't been used as a sports entertainment venue since 2004. And then in 2015, it reopened as a Bass Pro Shop megastore, which includes shopping, a hotel, restaurants, a bowling alley, archery range, and outdoor observation deck.
Actually sounds cool. Like, I'd go there.
I've been down to the one in St. Louis or Springfield, Missouri. Those things are pretty fucking cool, actually. Those big Bass Pro Shops.
I just vision rednecks going there for their fucking honeymoons and shit.
Oh, dude, they got like those big, huge fucking alligator gar that they fuck. Those big fucking. Oh, they're like the size of, I would probably say, size of a small shark. They got them fucking things in aquariums down there. They got all sorts of live animals in those things, man. It's
That's
fucking,
cool.
yeah. Those things were nasty looking. Flea.
I just thought it was interesting, man, that there's fucking, I had no idea that building fucking existed. It also hosted the Lennox Lewis Mike Tyson fight in 2002. Huh?
Is that the one where he's gonna say I want to eat his children?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's really like, it's interesting that that ends up being a Bass Pro Shop in a pyramid. It's just very fucking weird. Back to the show.
Illuminati.
I was more interested in the building. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I was more interested in the building
than the actual event inside of it.
pretty much. While I was watching, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like looking up shit about the building and stuff. I mean, there's a couple of fucking nonsense there. Shamrock, of course, was in this. One thing I will say is I give credit to Shamrock for making that transition from MMA to.
He did really well.
He did.
Yeah.
He made that transition pretty well, and he's not bad as a wrestler, man.
No, he was a pretty over babyface at the beginning, and then they ruined him by turning him heel and then trying to babyface again. It just didn't work.
How hot is that chick who plays Ryan Shamrock? Jesus. I mean, yeah, dude. I wish we just saw some of the dark matches, huh? Viscera and Test, huh?
Woo, barn burner.
2 minutes, dude.
Tearing down the house.
But I mean, go through Big Boss Man and dude Midian. I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Fucking Phineas Godwin. Midian.
Phineas I. Godwin. Get it? It's pig.
What was the other one? It was Hog. What was this?
Yeah. Oh God. Henry O. Godwin.
Oh god.
Oh, it's a pig and a hog because they're fat.
It's hilarious. And Owen Hart here, just 3 months. I was like, wow, man, this must be like 3 months before he died.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Tag teaming with Jeff Jarrett. God damn it. Going back, young Mark Henry in the house. What do you guys think of D'Lo Brown? I was kind of sort of like weighing the relevance of D'Lo Brown. I was like,
I actually like D'Lo.
Yeah, I think he wasn't that bad, right? I mean, aside from breaking someone's neck and shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had a witty joke for that.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Val Venus, and that was with Shamrock. I thought that was okay. Val Venus, I think that's a great gimmick.
It was a fantastic gimmick.
I don't know. I thought it was awesome.
It was pretty good for a little while.
The little promos he would do, it was always a good time. they also fucking piss me off with this because you get the, oh, you didn't know? And I'm like, yes! And then it's just Billy Gunn, the special guest referee. I'm like, no. Billy Gunn in like a little fucking half shirt. Speaking of which, too, at NXT, one of the ass fuck twins was wearing a, like, the not even a belly shirt, dude, but like it looked like a bra. Like the tiny, like just covering his pecs. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? It was like a Van Hammer. To bring this back to Van Hammer. Remember when he would wear shit like that?
Why does it always come back to him?
Is he one of your least favorite guys? I've heard you talk shit on him before.
Oh, he's so bad. He was so bad. He was one of the worst workers I've ever seen who got pushed.
He's like one of my buddies. He really hates, like, he has a clear consensus most hated band, and it's Dire Straits. Like, that's, for you, that's Van Hammer of wrestling, huh?
Fucking Van Hammer. Jesus.
Not even in the flock, huh?
No, nothing about the flock was good. I hated Raven, too.
Yeah, I like Raven.
I'm going to catch a lot of heat on fucking Twitter for that, because he has so many fanboys, but Raven sucked. I'm sorry.
Always?
Always. He's just never...
Wow!
I never liked his... It was his whiny... What about Raven? Oh, fuck you. What about you? You suck.
I like ECW.
No, he couldn't work. Like, just because you can, like, take a chair shot to the head doesn't mean you... Oh, no. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
There you go.
What was better to you, Jared? Was it Raven or was it Johnny Polo?
Oh, fuck. He was worse as Johnny Polo. I think it's his voice. I think it's something about... I hated him.
Okay, so Raven or Van Hammer?
Raven, obviously.
Fuck, obvious. Corporate Kane in China defeat Triple H and X-Pac. Yeah. I just can't believe we still have to watch Kane.
Yeah, shit, right.
And Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry, yeah.
And Triple H.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, here's the Mankind and Rock. That was good. And the Austin and Vince McMahon. He could have fucking died on that. That is a brutal bump.
God, this show showed you just how over Austin was. Like, he cut a promo in the middle of the match, and everyone was so excited. Like, if that happened now, if Roman Reigns grabbed a microphone in the middle of the match, everyone would just leave.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can't talk at all, so...
No.
Suffering
Austin was so over when that glass broke and that crowd, like that pyramid, like lifted off the ground from the amount of sound coming.
Yeah.
Seeing it, like fuck.
Yeah, dude, he was more over. I mean, that's pretty much accepted, right? The most over wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean,
I would say,
3 years. Yeah. He was the most over guy, and in like '99 was his peak, and then he got hurt.
Yep. It's crazy when you think about like how he got there, man. What a fucking interesting thing. To come in as the ringmaster. It's proof again. Bring a guy in and make him do something, and it's not worth a shit. Let him be himself, and it's awesome.
Yep.
Why do they not do that? I have this theory that they fear anybody getting over that big again. They fear...
Because they lose him.
Yeah, they almost fear giving a guy as much as they gave to, like, Stone Cold and The Rock and shit like that. Because if you get him too big, you're going to lose him, yeah. Yep. So that's happened to them, and that's how they feel, and, well, at least Vince. And, yeah, they don't want to do that. It's fucking interesting. So you keep everybody kind of not over, you know?
It's an interesting philosophy.
Yeah, exactly, to say the least. I just had a couple of fucking Mark Tank this week.
Nice.
Let's see, some of these are... Oh, also, I wanted to wish... congratulations, Whitney Houston, 4 years of sobriety.
Oh, today. Yes, yeah. She's inspiration to everyone.
Hang in there, Whitney. We know you can do it.
Yep. The times can be tough, Whitney. That's right.
We're such terrible fucking...
Yeah, that was really bad. Hey, she was so good at what she did that her daughter followed in her footsteps.
It's not every day that your children get to follow in your footsteps.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Be a great role model for your kids out there, ladies and gentlemen.
That is dark. That was dark. Shout out to Pastor Mark.
Just remember, kids, if you're going to do a pile of Coke while you're in the bathtub, take a snorkel.
Yeah, dude, that's what I said. Like, that's what we learned. If you're gonna party in the tub, take a snorkel, man. Yeah, that's good. That's good fucking advice. Some Mark Tank this week. Some random ones. Fuasa au Filet, whatever. Can you have Big Show, Ryback, Ambrose, and Reigns tag team against the stupid Wyatts? They're such bullies.
Well,
I thought that was funny.
is this person? Is this person 8 years old?
Those guys are bullies. Mike Kilmer. Big Show is another underutilized wrestler in WWE.
Is he? Is he?
Dude, if he could just get a push, man.
Oh, yeah. If you ever get that push.
This young up-and-coming guy, he just needs that moment, that,
right.
one spot to shine.
A lot of fire in this youngster.
I love that picture of, it's a picture of fucking Triple H in the suit in front of, like, a fucking... And then it's, like, Triple H the wrestler, It's like he introduces the newest WWE star. It's just him. It's fucking awesome.
The only push the fucking Big Show needs is a little bit of push towards the catering table.
Those are comments on. Those are on Steve Austin podcast having Big Show the next time. On the topic of this as well, Jim Kegel. This one is more just because of the way it's spelled, and I read them as they are. I think you should have good old Jim Russ on your podcast next time, and Mick Foley. I just thought that one was good. Jim Russ and Mick Foley. Oh, shit.
Mick Foley. Remember when he Foley off the cell? I'm sorry, guys.
Let's talk about the Drifter Elias Sampson, because there's some comments on that. Eddie Kahn says, I love his gimmick, like a Jeff Jarrett, but with a smirk like Seth Rollins. Oh, God.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Eddie, you're an idiot.
He's like Jeff Jarrett, but with the smirk of Roman Reigns, more so. Wow, that's awesome, dude. If he is a drifter, this guy actually makes a good point. He's kind of a good dick comment. If he's a drifter, why is he still with NXT? He should have been gone by now. David Bankston, props for that.
I've always thought that interesting, and like wrestling wants to be seen as like a legitimate business, yet you have like these Samoan savages and these drifters that somehow get through HR.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine the Samoan hit squad like in an HR, like
just filling out W-2s and shit.
They're at a sexual harassment seminar. Umaga's just tipping over tables, like punching people with his thumb.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
Drifter's just hanging out in the back, like he can only be here for like 10 minutes, then he's got to be moving on.
What do you think about like old gimmicks, though? Like what about a guy like
a Arachnaman? Arachnaman was in a goddamn HR meeting. They got a W-2 for him at orientation.
Like, fucking, how about Adam Baum is about to look at the contract and he puts those big glasses on so that he can read?
Well, welcome to Ted Turner's. This is Ted Turner Broadcasting. This is TBS.
He was Adam Baum in WWF.
No. I just want to say it's a real pleasure to have you, Arachnaman. If you just want to go ahead and sign your name right there. My name's Brian Anderson or Armstrong. God damn it.
Was it Brian or was it, I thought it was, there's so many of them now.
Brad?
I might just start making up, yeah.
Brad Armstrong.
Brad Armstrong has a fantastic fucking drop kick.
How does Arachnaman?
He'd come and throw those streamers out of his hands,
Oh, yeah.
On the topic of Elias Sampson, Elaine Ravelo, I like his gimmick and look. It can evolve into something. Maybe like a dark Jeff Jarrett. If you carry an acoustic guitar, are you Jeff Jarrett? Is that the deal?
Yes.
Somewhere Honky Tonk Man's going like, fuck, man. I don't think I could carry an acoustic guitar. I'm just waiting, they're building to him using that acoustic guitar fucking thing. Yeah, that'll be their big thing. They're like, oh, this is going to be so good. When he finally uses it.
He gets his WrestleMania moment.
Oh, God. Darren Rux says they should slip it to something like he's an accused serial killer.
What?
That's when he became the Drifter. Because right now it's not working out. He's a serial killer. This guy's wanted and he's on TV. Like, what the fuck?
He's wanted for murder. Welcome to WWE.
Yeah, right. And you got.
Do you have a criminal background?
Like after he gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, like police come down and.
Yeah. Like a fucking Benny Hill episode.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam. They chase him around the ring and he'll go running up the ramp. Terrible.
Oh, fuck, right?
That's pretty terrible. Dude, this one's probably my favorite of this. This is going to be the last of the Mark Tank for the day. The Mark of the week. Huh? Kareem Allen. I like this gimmick. I would like to see Elias Sampson and Baron Corbin team up. Okay, first off that. And then call themselves the Lone Drifters.
You can't have two people be lone.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just the idea of
Jesus.
these are real people. Just the idea of taking those guys up is like, oh my god.
I haven't finished counting to 10 yet. I haven't finished breathing slowly and counting to 10 quite yet for my response.
A lot of people are saying he looks like Macho Man. He kind of does.
Don't
He
say
kind of
that.
has that mid-90s
But his mustache is crooked.
mid-90s beard. Damian Sandow and Macho Man, like love child. Fucking terrible.
Oh, fuck. Really? Did you just read those? Were those real? You made them up just now.
No, those are real people. And you know where I get all that shit from the Mark Tank stuff? And now also want to say, I don't know why we weren't doing this before, but you can submit Mark comments to us. Just tweet them at us at Suplex City Limit, hashtag Mark Tank. And maybe we'll use them on the show. That would save me having to spend 45 minutes of my fucking life wading through WWE post comments trying to find fucking Mark comments for the show. Chick walks out yesterday, like, what are you doing?
Hating my life.
I spent a half hour looking for fucking dumbass wrestling comments online so I could talk about them. Oh, dude. And let's go through Lucha Underground, get the fuck out of here. This is it's always long when we have you on here.
Sorry.
Because we're having a good time.
Yeah,
right.
time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, dude, I haven't eaten today. I'm so hungry.
Oh, I know. I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I gotta fucking wait for my groceries to get here. That's right. I ordered groceries for delivery. I suggest it, man. Change your life.
It does work. It is handy. I agree.
Dude, $5 to have your groceries delivered?
Yeah, as long as they don't send the 80-year-old guy up here when I order like fucking
Yeah,
$300
that makes me feel
worth of
bad.
shit.
Because you've got it from what, Cash-wise?
No, I get mine from Dan's.
There's an old guy there, too?
Yeah.
I get mine from Cash-wise, and it says elderly guy. And I live...
Cashwise is delivering too now? Fuck, they're a lot cheaper. I'll go through there. Then I won't feel so bad, because then instead of $300, I'm only spending $200.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, this guy's old. I live up 30 fucking stairs. And I order fucked up shit, dude. Like a 24-pack of fucking diet root beer and shit. Dude, carrying 24 packs up there, like, oh my god. Hopefully it's a young kid, and then I don't feel bad. But let's talk about Lucha Underground, the highlight of the wrestling week, at least for us. Sorry, not for you, Jared.
FLW TV is the highlight of the wrestling week.
Oh, that's true, it is.
On YouTube.
At YouTube, Fully Loaded Wrestling.
God damn right.
Get your spots in, because the show's almost over. Got anything else you want to promote?
No, I'm good.
Cookbook coming out?
I got a one-man show in the works.
Should do one someday. Dude, so it opens up the debut of Cobra Moon, the new female wrestler. She's
What'd you think?
Snake? I mean, she's... I don't know.
She's a snake. Yep.
Jewel
She's
Thief
slithery.
Snake? I don't know. Against Bengala, which I fucking dig Bengala. Even though he's gotten fat and he's not as good as he used to be.
No, yeah, he's got... Yeah,
I don't
he
think
did
that chick was very good, dude.
I didn't think she was very good either.
Yeah, I thought she was not good enough to be on the show. So.
No.
Especially if you're just going to get a chick in a mask. I feel like you could have got a way better worker than her. We'll see. She was also working with a little fucking guy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know if Bengala actually would make the midget classification, but he's a tiny little dude.
He's a short fella. Yes, he is.
He's awesome though. I popped for a tiny Mexican man in a fucking tiger mask. I don't know what that says.
But you have to rethink your life choices with that one.
This one, Jared, you have comments about like the weird backstage shit. This one has like a flashback to when, like, thousands of years ago.
What?
Ancient tribes, dude.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Dude, there's a child in furs drawing glyphs in the dirt. And like a shaman is there and shit talking about tribes at war.
See what I tell you? The show, what the fuck?
I love it. I think it's great. I see, either you like it or you don't. I think the more absurd and like crazy it gets, because it's supposed to get fucking batshit this year. I love it, man. I welcome it. What did you think of that shit, Rando?
I thought it was pretty. It was a little bit out there, but I like Aerostar.
Yeah,
so
the only way that the tribes are at war and must be united, and the only way to stop what is coming is the form of man. And out of the darkness, dude, Aerostar with the lights on his shit. He like, of course the rockets. He's got rockets in his boots.
he's got rocket feet, dude.
He takes off, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's I did giggle a little bit when they did the special effects. Like somebody's just off screen with like a sparkler.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. And then it goes up into the sky and like is like a light, like a UFO flying away in the night sky. I'm like, this is wrestling. Like I said, the more absurd it is, the more I'm in. The more I'm just like, this is great, man.
See, do you see how? I mean, this just goes to show how much WWE has damaged us. Not that I'm saying that it's bad or anything, because the action in Lucha is top notch.
It is. Oh fuck! I was gonna bring up. Wasn't there something absurd? Oh no! Last week we had the. I was gonna ask Jared what he thought about they debuted Justin Gabriel as his new gimmick. The gimmick he's been working on the Indies. You familiar with that guy?
Yeah. The dire wolf or whatever.
The Dare Wolf.
Dare Wolf.
Yeah. Sorry, Dare Wolf.
Yeah.
Sorry, dire wolves from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's a great worker. I don't get the gimmick. Like he's a lone wolf.
Yeah, I don't
but
know what
he
that's
does dangerous things. I don't know.
Yeah. And his like little vignette, he fucking gets off a motorcycle and beats the shit out of the luchador guys who are they're on motorcycles too, and they're wearing one dude's wearing a helmet over a luchador mask, and it made me fucking crack up. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I wish I could wear a lucha. If I could get away with wearing a lucha mask every day, I probably fucking would. How's that for a Mark comment for you?
Yeah, now you get shot by a police officer nowadays. You did that.
Then we had the debut of this season of Jack Evans, who, dude, Jack Evans is fucking fantastic, man. You a fan of him at all, Jared?
I haven't seen him.
Oh, yeah. He's been bouncing around the indies he's like one of the first guys to, as far as like, push that crazy style. But yeah, he's pretty old. He's older at this point, but a lot of like...
Maybe I've seen him, Jack Evans, what a...
yeah, right.
generic name.
Right, yeah.
That's
not a lot of charisma in the name, that's for sure.
But he's great, man. He plays a great heel. He basically comes out, he takes the shit on Lucha Libre, But as far as like high flying, man, he's fantastic. A lot of people think he's one of the best heels going out in the Indies right now. And he went against Drago, who, dude, fucking awesome. A guy who's a dragon. Yes, please.
He popped him right in the ear.
Fuck, I just looked up Jack Evans. Yeah, okay, I remember him now.
Yeah. He's great, man. He's a guy who he's going to go down without ever having any mainstream, exposure, and it's just unfortunate because he's so fucking good. Unless WWE picks him up or something, but I doubt it. He's small.
I don't seem to mind about that so much anymore.
It's true.
They'll hire you, whether they'll do anything with you.
Because he's working AAA and then Lucha Underground, so. But he's an American, Canadian, maybe. He used to team with Teddy Hart back in the day too, so We all know fucking Teddy Hart.
Yeah, I only know Jack from watching him in PWG.
He was in wrestling. I think he was on some Wrestling Society X. Which, if you hate, I bet you really hated that.
Was not a fan.
I kind of liked it.
It was okay. It's just like, I don't know.
Again, going different, and like at this point, it's like just doing something different. I'm like, you've
Correct.
got me if you're trying something else. You know, I saw like dudes dressed like monsters wrestling in a ring with little tiny buildings in it, and I was like, huh, that's something different. Maybe not that far, huh? Dudes wearing monster costumes that are completely inhibiting to their movement. Genius. The vignette for Tejano, so he'll be back next week. I like that guy too. He's pretty fantastic.
He's a good worker, yeah.
The youngest AAA champion ever.
Longest reigning, wasn't it, too?
Yeah, longest reigning as well. The last luchador standing. This match was fucking awesome.
Yes, it was.
Phoenix and King Cuerno. Yeah.
Again,
I think their match of the year so far. Better than any WWE match this year, I would say. Some awesome spots in there. Some ladders, some tables, some madness.
Off the fucking top of the office again.
Yeah.
Another one of them fucking spots. I guess kind of 3/4 of the way up, I guess.
That's cool about that is, like, the arena lends itself so much to crazy shit. There's all kinds of places you can jump off of, and that's pretty fantastic. And then at the end...
This was the best part. I fucking popped like a little girl. I was laughing.
You find out that Cortez Castro, who was one of the guys from the... what the fuck was the name of that group?
The Crew.
The Crew.
Wasn't it? The Crew.
And one of the guys from the Crew last year is actually deep in cover for, like, the FBI or something. Which is like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And he gets introduced to his new partner. In walks Joey fucking Ryan.
Wearing the big aviator sunglasses and sucking on a lollipop. Fucking fantastic.
So, yeah, we're going to be Joey Ryan as a sleazy cop. God damn it.
God damn it. What a fucking perfect gimmick for him, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was good. So these guys, their mission is to bring down Dario Cueto.
Yep.
So that's what's setting up for this season. I think this is an engaging fucking story, man. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't have a problem with them going fucking crazy because it reflects, it's not more absurd than fucking Game of Thrones.
It ain't no more absurd than anything in the early 90s that WWF put out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that makes it more absurd than any other kind of drama TV show.
They don't have a fucking distinguished fucking wrestler dressed up as a goddamn turkey that comes out of an egg, so, I mean, hey,
yeah, exactly.
better than that.
So I'm excited, man. Every week I'm excited for the next episode. A lot of them, too, if you can't get it, I think a lot of them are on YouTube. I just canceled my Sling this week because I got cable, and so next week's going to be my first week of trying to find it. So if you have a link for that shit, send it to us on Twitter. Yeah,
I'll be fine over here. I still have my Sling. I don't have my cable, though, anymore. So no SmackDown for me. Aww.
Yeah, just Skype me. Just set your phone up good in front of your TV. And
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome, man. Well, that is the show. There's a fucking an extra long episode.
What do we got here? 2 hours? 2 hours, 25 minutes? 15 minutes?
Extra long on Valentine's Day.
That's right. Valentine's Day. Oh, a whole 2 hour Valentine's Day episode, and we didn't even bring up Brother Love.
How did that happen?
Nope, we're good. Just move on, guys.
All right, well, it's been fun. We'll see you guys later.
Fucking, that guy sucked. Moving on. Let's go.
That guy does suck.
Why was he so red?
That's the thing, because, like, those guys would be red in the face, because they would be fucking singing and yelling and shit. I have no idea why he was, like, fucking beet red is beyond me. Yeah, I know. Coming up on the show next week, we've got the bass player for the Vexed, Taylor. He returns. He was a guest kind of in the earlier days. He'll be back. He's actually going to play some fucking music acoustically on the show. It's our first musical performance on the show. That should be something.
Oh, another repeat, but it's not 3 times, huh?
No, just 2.
Yeah, it's just a very specific elite club that gets in 3 times.
Like I said,
Like a 5 timers club, like an SNL.
yeah, dude. Like I said to you on the fucking Facebook, and you said you're the first 3 time. What we're gonna do is do the Ric Flair thing. Well, we'll set a number that no one expects could ever be beaten, and then down the road we'll completely make a mockery of it by having somebody guy on 2 times a month. WWE booking, dude.
That's right.
He'll be back then. After that, episode 48, Lucha John from the Put Him Over podcast, pro wrestler Casanova Valentine. That takes us up to episode 50. We have a listener of the show, longtime supporter of the show, Casey will be on, be hanging out, and onward we march to the 1-year anniversary at the end of March. 1 year, man.
Yeah,
Your
there's
1-year
light at
anniversary is right ours. Ours is the 18th and 19th of next month.
Yeah, we're right. We started off at the same time.
Look at us.
And then we fucking met each other like right out. I think you guys, we started, and then I saw your guys' shit for your first event, and that's when we started talking. So,
and now we friends.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
You got a friend in me.
Good Randy Newman impression, man. Damn.
got the sack.
Sitting at the piano, handing some keys.
Oh my god. So yeah, man. One last time, the upcoming Fully Loaded Wrestling. Hit us with the details real quick before we roll, man.
February 19th and 20th in Minot and Devil's Lake. Like I said, we have the Last Real Man, Silas Young's going to be there, along with some of our mainstays like Darren Corbin and Chainsaw King. And then our anniversary show is March 18th and 19th. That's going to be huge. And then all of it's available on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter, F_L_Wrestling. And then there's the Instagram account, Fully Loaded Wrestling. And then we have the Fully Loaded Wrestling podcast on Suplex City Limits channel.
That was good.
With our next guest, Heidi Lovelace.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is. As always, yeah, check out our friends, the Federation podcast, New Blood Rising podcast, Put 'Em Over podcast. And just going to wrap it up. I hope everyone has a Valentine's Day. And more now than ever, may you get all of the dick and or pussy that you desire.
All of it.
All of it. All of your dick and or pussy belong to us.
Bye, Mom.
And remember, a winner